Yeah. Ghost, we make him fly like a ghost. If he want talk on the game, the heater gon' turn into toast. If he pull out and we spliffed him, he was just doing a distance. Promise we ain't gon' miss him. His soul gon' fly when we lift him. Bye, good riddance. Why is this harm her feelings? To the top on a mission. I got a shot, take it with precision. You ain't up if you ain't down to get it. Fuck your vibe if you ain't vibing with us. No, no, no. Bye, bye, bye. Clock him out. He ain't gon' talk when the Glock is off. You ain't gon' talk when the Glock is off. Headshot, knock him out. Get him, bye, good riddance. Sorry I had to do this. Sorry I'm being a nuisance. I just gotta get it. I'm Mary Jeans on my Louis V for the belt. 2 G's for the belt. Know the heater gon' make him out. Promise the heater gon' make him out. OD niggas know me. I just move along with the hand I throw.
Hi, everybody. Give me 1 second. I keep coughing. 1 second. Okay. Hi, everybody. Happy Easter. Hey, Celia Wald, my New York sister. How you doing? Hey, Stephen Crisco. How are you, sweetie pie? How you doing? Hi, Carmencita. How are you? Happy Easter. I hope you're doing good, Mama. JJ, hey, Manita. How are you, sweetie pie? Ari Sue, how are you? Hey, Chronic Space, how are you, shorty? Hey, Corn's mom, how you doing, shorty? Hey, Happy Being Me, how you doing, shorty pie? Okay, listen, guys, right? I couldn't breathe. Hey, Shay, how you doing, shorty? Hey, Rhinestone Cowgirl, how you doing? Hi, everybody. Happy Easter. I'm gonna turn on my camera. Hi, everybody. Okay, so listen, Linda. I'm late. Yeah, of course. I was trying to get ready. Hey, Just John, how are you? Didn't get to comb my hair, so don't judge me. Don't judge me. All right. We're just gonna cut out that part of my head, so y'all don't see that my hair is not done. But I hope everybody is having a good Easter. It's really hot here in New Jersey. I always go to say New York because like I'm like literally like 10 minutes from New York. Sorry, my shirts. So it's really hot. Put this hair up. I'm sweating. Um, hey Virgie, JJ, and I swear JJ and Just Jules always with the like a Virgie. That shit is contagious. How are you, sweetie pie? Happy Easter. So happy Easter to everybody. I still have not found my glasses. No. Still haven't. And I feel weird. Oh my god, that's so funny. I feel weird with eyeshadow on now. I don't know. It's weird. So I used my Juvia's Place, the Rebels, like it's like a quad. God bless you. The Rebels Army. God bless you. It's a quad of greens. So that's what I used on my eyes. It feels weird having eyeshadow on. I'm not used to it anymore. Hey Pat Wetzel, how you doing, my beautiful girl? So I was going to put on a green sweater, but it's like 1,000 degrees here. Who the hell I think I am putting on a damn sweater? No. So yeah, it don't match. I don't care. All right, we're just going to ignore that. So I hope everybody is again happy Easter, happy Easter, happy. Sorry, my son is using the ice machine on the refrigerator. Disrespectful. Anyway, I hope everybody is having a good Easter. We are still keeping Mims in our prayers. We are going to keep that ongoing. As I said, we are all having a virtual vigil until she wakes up, right? That is what we're going towards. That's the only goal. It's the only thing we see. Yes, and we're praying for J Fid. Um, J Fid a month ago suffered a loss. She lost her mom. Um, so J-Fid has my deepest condolences, our deepest condolences, um, for her loss. And a month ago, like, horrible. So J-Fid is in our prayers, and of course Mims is in our prayers. Okay. Um, I know it is Easter. I've been I'm not gonna go into it too much because I'm not here to um I just feel like sharing too much is may come across as emotional manipulation, and I don't want to do that. I want everybody to know I'm fine. I have my off days, uh but I'm fine. Okay, it's okay some days not to be okay. It is okay to have your days where you feel overwhelmed or whatever. That is okay. Um, but I am okay. Um, so I wanted to say that. Yes, thank you. Yes, yes, she is a loyal friend. She's been our friend for a long time. JFid has been our friend for a long time. Um, Almost 3 years, and we love her, and she's family, and so she is definitely in our prayers. Thank you, thank you. Um, I did a short, and I don't want people to ever think that I'm trivializing it. A lot of people can express themselves through music. Thank you, JJ. A lot of people express themselves through music. Music is definitely a coping mechanism for me. Hey, Jay Tucker, how are you, sweetie? Happy Easter if you celebrate it. If not, happy Sunday. Um, so music is definitely one of my coping mechanisms. It helps me to think, it helps me to unwind, it helps relieve my stress when I go for my walks. I always have my earbuds in, I listen to my music, and it always helps me. Um, so there are certain times where I'll do shorts with music because that song will express exactly how I feel in that moment. Hi, breezy girl. How are you, sweetie? Um, so that is why I did the short with that. It just was easier, you know. Um, Today is a difficult day, but I've been okay, thank God. I had just Jules, who was live to distract me. Um, there's some stuff I want to talk about, and I think it's important. I've been on Reddit a lot, and yeah, I got my damn crooked glasses. I hate these shits. I'm gonna have to get my phone because I hate these crooked glasses. They suck. But I've been on Reddit a lot, and um, okay, I saw a clip of Sophie. Right now, I want to say this first. Um, we already know that Jen is not well, right? We know that. We know um, that she whatever she says isn't true. The majority, 99.999. I thought so, Breezy Girl was bugging. I was like, oh my God, I hope something happened with her primary account. Hi, Vixie, my girl crush. Pat says, losing my ex a few months ago, there's a couple of songs that bring me close to him. There's one I close my eyes and I dance, slow dance with him again. So you keep that music going. Yeah. And I'm sorry for your loss, Pat Wetzel. Um, oof, yeah. So we know Jen is makes shit up, all this, right? But as a creator, if I come here and I make generalized statements about SA, right? She made a statement. Maybe I should play it. I'm not gonna play. Let me see if I could play the audio that I guess was aimed at Jen. but it hits everybody. Anybody who's gone through SA, it hit. Many people were triggered, not just me, not just others. Many people were triggered, and sorry, I'm just looking for it. Hold on, see if this is it. Wait, I'm trying to see. Yeah, this is it. Okay, yeah, hold on. I think I could play it here. Hold on, guys, okay? Let me just, I'm not going to show it, but I want to see if you guys can hear it. I'm gonna turn up my mic. I think that this is important, and I saw a bunch of people on Reddit talking about a few things um, that were said that are important. So this is the first one I want to share with you guys, and then I'll just talk about the others. And I'm not trying to target her. I swear I'm not a hater. I swear I'm not, guys. I swear. I'm not a hater, okay? So I just think, where am I? Where the hell am I? Okay, what the hell? Where did I go? Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Bear with me. Give me 1 second. It's here somewhere. I just saw it on my damn phone, man. Now I can't see it here. You would think it's bigger here. I should be able to see it easier. Okay, I think I'm almost there. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Can you guys hear that? Please let me know if you can hear that before I play the rest. Hold on. Because if you can't, I can put my mic closer. Okay, sure, JJ. Okay, I'm gonna drop the link right now, JJ. Give me 1 second. Let me just um you don't hear anything. Okay. All right, give me 1 second. Let me drop the link for JJ. And then I'll play it. Hold on. Okay. Let me try again. What did I just do? Try again. Okay, hold on. I could download it, duh. Okay. Let's see. Wanna
That
see?
Karen, that's what you are, that Karen. To get me pregnant. And Mr. Hudson is no better. I was so drunk, I had no idea what was going on. And you guys think that shit is funny? Why did you put yourself in that position, Ken? Why did you
Hey.
put yourself in that position?
Hi,
to
JJ.
get
You
so
can't hear it?
drunk?
You couldn't hear it,
You let somebody
JJ?
take advantage of you.
Yeah, it's low, so put it and don't put it fast. Like, did you speed it up or something? Because it sounds like it's going really fast.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So weird. Hold on. Let me try again. Let me see.
Yeah, because I think I know, because I haven't talked to Cindy, but I think I know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
And I mean, I talked to her yesterday because we both go
About
on
the
Reddit, but I
S8
haven't got
part?
to talk to her today. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
All
This
right. I'm
is
gonna put my
craziness.
volume all the way up on my mic, and I'm putting my mic right by it. Tell me if you can hear it better.
That Karen,
Okay.
that's what you are, that Karen.
Yes. Hear it.
And Mr. Hudson is no better. I was so drunk, I had no idea what was going on. And you guys think that shit is funny? Why did you put yourself in that position, Ken? Why did you put yourself in that position to get so
Wow.
drunk that you let
Wow.
somebody take advantage of you? He talks that you let somebody take advantage of you. Position to get so drunk. Put yourself in that position to get so drunk that you let somebody take advantage of you. He talks so low, Cassie's toy, that you can't hear him.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
she says that's a you problem too.
oh yes. Oh, let me play the rest
Yep.
where she says that.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Why would you put yourself in that position, Jen, to get so drunk that you don't know what's going on? Good morning, Tisda. And you let somebody take advantage of you. That's a you problem. That's a you problem.
See?
That's a you problem. That's a you problem. Somebody take advantage of you. That's a you problem. That's a you problem. And George?
Okay.
Yeah. That is, that had me so enraged when I first heard that, because I'm like, that can't be right. Like, I don't believe, let me be clear, crystal clear, that I don't believe that Jen was essayed from her baby daddy.
Right.
I just don't, because she
We
lies
don't
so
believe that either. Right.
much. Yeah, she lies
Right.
so much, and basically everybody has
That's
R'd
not the
her at
point.
this point.
That's not
But
the
that
point.
isn't the point. There are other people that listen to you. There could be, 20-year-old girl, college age girl, whatever, hearing you
Yes.
say, why did you put yourself in that position? And
Thank
that's a
you.
you problem.
Thank you.
And why did you drink so much? A lot
Yes.
of us go out and drink. Why
Yes.
not just say, why'd you wear a short skirt?
Right.
You
She
know?
might as well have just shamed her for dressing provocatively. She sounds like a misogynistic piece of shit. I'm sorry, but you're aiming it at Jen. You've allowed your hatred for Jen to now have you shaming all women that have gone through SA or date R because they may have been intoxicated or drunk. No means no. Whether you went into the guy's bedroom, whether you agreed to go in the bedroom, you have the right to change your mind. Whether you're drunk, whether you're under the influence of drugs, no one
Right.
has the right to violate you. And that is the point. That is the dangerous message that she just passed along. And I know that there are women that have experienced SA in there, that must have been a punch in the gut. Women that may not have reported having been through that because they probably already felt that. "Oh, I was drunk. I can't report that to the cops. They're going to
Yeah.
blame me."
Right.
Then come
Right.
on somewhere where somebody's supposed to be an advocate and they outwardly say, "You were drunk." That sounds like a you problem, Jen. You're not just aiming that at Jen. You're not just aiming that at Jen. Then I heard something else that she said. "Hey, Mikey, how are you? Hey, Pooch, how are you?" Then I heard something else that she said. I saw it on Reddit. She's telling people to message her or email her about medications that they may want to take. First of all, you're not a doctor. That's
What?
like, yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't see
I want
that.
to say,
Oh, my
listen to
goodness.
me. Anybody who watches me, you guys know I'm in recovery. I was an addict. I do talk about maintenance medications. I am not against maintenance medications. I am also not here to tell anyone go get on maintenance medications. Don't get on it. Okay, so people have had conversations with me in private. Not ever once have I ever said, well, you should go get Xanax, or you should get on methadone, or you should get on Suboxone. First of all, I'm not a doctor. Even though I am a certified substance abuse counselor, I'm not a doctor. Okay. I don't know their medical history. I don't know what drug interactions, other things they may be on. I don't know any allergies they have. I don't know any pre-existing conditions, heart conditions, kidney conditions, anything, all these things. What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing?
That's
Keep
dangerous.
your shit to what you know. Okay? Stick to spooky ghosts, all that shit. I'm being petty because this shit is crazy right now. This
It
is
is.
crazy. You do not. So anybody listening, please do not come to me, any other YouTuber, okay? Speak to a medical professional, preferably somebody that is in the medical profession that also deals with addiction, because they'll be a little more sympathetic to that. Speak to them. Do not take medical advice from anybody on the internet. Even nurses say they're not giving medical advice to people. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. And I had to speak about this. Again, it's Easter, guys. I'm sorry. I know this, but this is dangerous. And I was seeing it. People were like, this is harmful. This is dangerous. And I had to speak about it. I had to speak about it. I'm not here to drag her,
I
but
think
no, hell no. Mm-mm. We're
I
not doing
think people are letting, their hatred, and look, I can't stand Jen. I think she's a complete asshole and like a
it.
horrible person. I think a lot of it is substances and mental illness, because both are commonly known for being with each other, mental illness and substances. And I think that is an issue with her, but she is just in very ignorant, just not good person at all. And so I understand not liking her. However, to throw out such statements is, it's just not okay. It's really
It's
not.
not.
In
It's
my
not.
opinion, that is something that, many years have gone by, that, professionals, and other people that, well, victims have tried to combat, is that, it's not the woman's fault. It's just not, or a
No.
man, because it could
Or
happen to a
man,
man
it's
as
not the
well.
victim's fault, the survivor's
Right.
fault.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
not.
It's not. It isn't. No matter what they do, whether they drink to excess to where they're passed out, whether they are wearing the skimpiest clothes, whether they show up naked, it doesn't give anybody the right to then turn around and say, that's a you problem. Why did you do that? Like, basically, you're asking for
I
it,
agree.
kind of deal. Like, that's not that. What are you doing? You're on a public platform. That's gross.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're gross.
Yeah. And Breezy girl, I am so sorry that that happened to you. That happens way too often.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember the movie with Jodie Foster, The Accused, that was based on a true story where she was in a bar drinking with a bunch of guys and she was gang-ard and she was villainized for having been flirtatious and for wearing a mini skirt and dancing and all of that. But then when she clearly said no, it didn't matter. And in the court, she was in the court of public opinion, in the newspapers and everything, she was villainized. In the courtroom, she was villainized. They brought up her past relationships, her promiscuity, all this stuff for something that was openly a violation. And that happens in real life. And the last thing we want to do is further stigmatize SA and victims and survivors of that. And again, I understand that people get angry with Jen and they feel like she just
Yeah.
says all this stuff out of her mouth. But you cannot become Jen. You cannot become
Right.
Jen. You cannot become what you're saying that you hate or that you dislike or that shouldn't be tolerated. You can't become that. I'm sorry. And again, I know we're human, guys. I swear I'm not sitting up here with a halo. Like if I've never made mistakes, I've made plenty. I've made plenty, but I'm very careful what my wording now because I know that it not only affects the person I'm talking about, but it affects so many other people. And you're gonna say that about SA and about being drunk and it's a you problem and no. And then having people message you about possible medications. First of all, you're not a professional. Don't do that. Don't do that. I just cannot. I cannot. That should
Yeah.
be
Yeah, I
a
can't wait till
professional
Missy
night.
comes up with you, and talks about maintenance medications and stuff, because Missy was fired up over that too. Missy Tessa, like, she don't, especially if you're somebody who is in recovery, but you are still using a maintenance medication, but you're telling other people that they shouldn't, that it's just as bad. What? Like that?
That's the thing. If
No.
you're still on a form of maintenance medications, and there's nothing wrong with that, guys, there's nothing wrong with that, okay?
No.
Some people need maintenance medications. I don't shame anybody for being on maintenance medication, but you're doing streams talking about, don't get on maintenance medications. They're the devil and do it cold turkey and all. What? extremely dangerous stuff that people have had strokes trying to kick cold turkey. You cannot say that stuff. And I can't believe I'm reiterating this shit when it got me pissed off months ago because what the fuck? And now, you gained a little traction because you're covering every move Jen makes, but you haven't learned. You haven't learned. You still with the harmful misinformation about addiction, about sexual assault. Like,
Well,
what the fuck?
and something else that I don't like is that it's very hypocritical to say that you don't want people body shaming you or body shaming you or because you don't like it when it's done to you or body shaming other people in your chat and that's basically your rule. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. I do.
Right?
However, you yourself as a creator, Sophie, cannot be getting up on a stream and body shaming Jen for being very thin because that's what she does. She calls her skeleton and other names for being so
Yeah.
thin. And
Yeah.
it's like, listen, there are a lot of people that really take offense to that because they try to gain weight. There are all types of EDs out there. And maybe somebody's body structure, maybe they don't have any issues with food. Maybe their body structure is just really thin. You can't be calling people a skeleton and all of that, but yet say you're against body shaming
Yeah.
because you're body shaming.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I mean, am
But
I
I think
wrong
that
in
people
thinking
think
that?
that because it's a thin person. And I'm sorry. Hi, Black Cat Music. Hey, Bliss Chris. Hi, J Fid. We love you so much. You weren't here earlier. We are all praying for you. We love you so much, J Fid. Just know that
We
you are
do,
in our
yes.
prayers, and we love you so so much, and you have our deepest condolences. So we wanted you to know that. And hi, Jenny Lee. And I think that that's the point, right? Okay, somebody like me that I'm not 100 pounds, right? But so I'm like in the middle, right? I don't talk about people's weight because I've been on both sides. I've been 100 pounds most of my life. Then I went up to 180 pounds. So I know it from both sides. And we don't know what people have gone through. And if you don't want people talking about how big your ass is, and which I don't think people should do, on the other side of that, talking about people that are too thin, especially somebody that we know that has struggled with an ED, it
Right.
separate the person. Again, you're aiming it at her, but you're hitting other people that are thin, that are struggling with that may feel overly thin and don't want to be thin and have been called bony and all this stuff for a long time.
Me. I'm raising my hand over here. Me.
Right. And that's the thing. They think that because she's skinny, oh, she doesn't have any um she doesn't have any issues or any struggles with her weight. She should be happy that she's skinny. You cannot put your preconceived notions on other people. You don't know what struggles people are dealing with. So keep that weight shit like, and it's all projection. In my opinion, it's all projection. Like if you have to say, oh, she's calling me ugly. Let me put a picture of her and me next side to side. You guys put a 1 in the chat if I'm prettier, put a 2 in the chat if she's prettier. First of all, what the freak are we in 10th grade? Cut that shit out.
I
It's
know.
it's ridiculous to me. No, seriously, it's like beyond ridiculous. Like, can you believe she said I'm prettier or she's prettier than me? Guys,
Oh
let me
God.
show you side by side with my heavily filtered best selfie. And I no shade because I have filtered selfies too. I'm selfie queen, but I'm not sitting here like that is not my looks are not all I have to offer the world. You know what I mean? So that's not like the first thing I gravitate to. Like, I'm so pretty. Like, fuck that. I'm a good person. I'm a
Right.
good person. Hi, William. How are you? Salute. Tales told in the dark. Hi, welcome.
Hello.
Nice to have you here. And guys, I'm
Bam.
sorry if we're a little hot. It's just, come on. I've been upset about that since last night. Since last night,
Yeah.
I was upset about it.
The
Hey,
thin
Pamela
shaming is
Barr.
not good.
Yeah,
good. But like I've said before,
exactly.
is she trying to unalive Jen? Because you really, if you're going to speak on something, you really need to know what you're talking about. At least you should. And by her telling
You are
Jen
not.
that she looks like a skeleton, that's just more fuel for somebody with an ED it's like music to their ears. Oh,
Yes,
good, I'm doing a good
yes,
job. I'm really thin. I look sick. And
yes.
believe it or not, that is something that people with EDs, as far as not either, I'll just say as far as anorexia or bulimia goes, people with EDs that are it's more of a control thing. And to them, if you say,
I agree.
you're so thin, you look like a skeleton, you look terrible, you're pale, it's like, oh, I've been doing a good job then. Good.
Hmm.
I want to look thin. So,
Yep.
don't be so goddamn ignorant. If you're going to speak on something, know what you're talking about. Reach out to people. All you got to do is Google or reach out to people. If
Yes.
you Google, you'll know what I'm saying right now is 100% true. And I know
Yes.
because I've talked to doctors, because I have somebody that I love immensely that has suffered from an eating disorder. Not my kids, but someone else. And I took
Right.
them to a doctor's appointment, and I learned, it was very eye-opening, and I did a lot of research, and it is a mental illness, and it's no different than somebody with bipolar, schizophrenia, or addiction issues. It is a mental illness,
It
and it is
definitely
not
is.
fair to get up there and call someone a skeleton and pick on her. We know that Jen calls everybody fat. Okay, you could be
If you
the
want to call
thinnest
her a
person.
bitch, call her a
Right.
bitch. Have at
Call
it.
her a bitch,
Have
whatever
at
you
it.
want. She's calling
Yes.
you fat. We are supposed to be the ones that are sane and well in the head.
Hello.
There,
Hello.
like
Right?
we're not trying to perpetuate
Shit.
someone harming themselves or, misinformation. Or look, if I don't
Right.
know about it, I fully say I don't know about it. Like when I met you, I didn't know a lot about addiction. I learned a
Right.
lot from you. And I
Right.
even went to you with questions because I was unsure about
Yes, you
different
did.
things. And I think that people should not speak if they don't know. And I understand commentary, especially if you're trying to drag somebody for the BS they're saying, like Jen does.
Right. Right.
Do it without harming other people, because people are
Exactly. You could
listening to
drag her
this.
without, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Right.
shaming her being skinny and other people calling people whales and all this. Like, it's just, I don't know. And again, like, listen. Sometimes we say shit, right? We get angry. I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But it affects other people, man. And again, I swear to God, I am not one of the moon children that is sitting up here like,
Oh God.
I'm not a moral police. That's not my thing. I'm trying to actively do better myself. I am. I'm trying to learn from shit that I've said that has been hurtful to people. Um, and I'm just tired of the fucking bullshit, puñeta. I'm really tired of it. Like it's ridiculous. Like this victim shit is driving me crazy. Like I want to pull my fucking hair out. Like with
I
these
know.
people with the victimhood, that everything that happens to them is everybody else's fault. You know, I lied or I got caught out there in some shit, but it's your fault. Cause how dare you point it out that I'm a fucking liar? Like,
That just happened yesterday too. Oh my God. Siwa Moon, the witch. The witch
hey,
decided
Daddy
to.
Brunner. Sorry, JJ. Yeah,
Yeah, no, the witch fell asleep for however many hours. Her daughter came in, whatever. Have we all snapped at our kids a time or two?
of
Yes.
course.
However, this witch, okay, I'd rather much say with a B,
Yeah.
um, actually mother shamed me for
Yes, she
something that
did.
had nothing to do with her, and
Yes,
she
she
doesn't
did mother
even
shame
know
you.
me. She
Yep.
doesn't know me. She doesn't
Nope.
even know nothing about my kids or their ages. Or I
Nope.
got two young
Nothing.
adults that are very successful in life. Okay. Okay, Siwa? When you do that, then you can go and pick on other people for parenting issues. Every single person
Yes.
has a right
Yes,
that
Japheth.
you have gone after because you act like you're the best parent in the world and
Yes.
you don't make mistakes. Am I
Yep.
the best parent in the world? Hell no. I make mistakes all the damn time and I'm like, "Oh my
Right. All
god,
parents do. All parents
yes.
do.
Yes,
All
and
parents do.
we want to fix it. We want to make it right for our kids. We parents hold a lot of guilt. So,
Yes,
see,
we
we'll cut your
do.
shit when you're talking about other people's parenting. Stop it.
And
It's
that's the
sickening
thing
already.
that's what happens, right? You put yourself on a pedestal that you are, with this savior complex, right? And
Right.
you this elitist attitude that is impossible to live up to. It's impossible to live up to because we're all flawed. We are all going to make mistakes. We're all going to say things sometimes. We're going to lose our temper with people around us, our family, our loved ones, especially if you're live a lot, right? If you go live, that's live. You can't edit it out. You can't cut
No.
pieces out. That is the risk that you take when you go live, that shit is gonna be heard. Like, with my sons, when he's playing the game, he's cursing out the other guys on the damn thing. And I'm like, sorry about my son. Sorry about my son. That's a part of it. I can choose either to say, okay, I'm not gonna go live when my kids are home, which will be me never going live, or I can just pre-record videos. That is also a choice.
Right.
But what I also would do, like, let's say if I didn't have time to go live without being uninterrupted, and I had to pre-record videos, that is on me. I would not come here and be like, guys, I have to go live because I have to make my revenue. Oversharing is manipulative. Oversharing in that capacity is manipulative. Let's not kid ourselves that you're guilt tripping your subscribers financially. I need to do this. I need to pay bills, yada, yada, yada. Let me tell you something. Some people that can't work, right? This is in general. The statements in general is not directed at her specifically, if the shoe fits, whatever. People that can't work because they can't walk or whatever. Do you know how many online jobs there are that you can do from home right now? More than ever. There's so many opportunities for people to do things at home, part time, all these different things. Um, so I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm just fucking tired
I
of
know.
listening to the fucking violins being played because there are so many people that are struggling that bust their ass, bust their ass to make shit happen, that don't come here and don't cry about, I'm not saying, literally cry. Don't play woe is me. You got, put an H on your fucking chest. Sometimes if you come here and you need help, that's not me shaming anybody. But it's constant and constant I'm over that shit too. Listen, today's a bad day. Maybe I shouldn't have fucking come live. Maybe I shouldn't have come live today because Easter is not really a good day for me because, like, I'm probably going to get canceled. That's a joke. Can't nobody cancel me but me. But yeah. Yes, J-Fit. It's crazy. It's crazy and I'm tired. Like, be self-sufficient. You know what I mean? Listen, that's the gamble you take with YouTube. Now, if YouTube is your primary source of income, your sole source of income, you have to know that's a gamble, right? Unless you have a certain amount of members, then sometimes you can bank on that. Like, okay, I have such and such amount of members. I'll have that number of income coming in every month, unless everybody cancels on you, then you fuck. But you can't, you know what I mean? Like, but you can't really bank on YouTube. Like, let's say 1 month you have a good month. And when you get paid from YouTube, it's a fantastic month. You can't gauge that and then feel so entitled. Well, next month better be the same, and next month better be the same. And I see so many creators doing that. They have a good month or a good several months, and now they'll get a check that's lower, and they come here and they're like, oh, my check last month was shit. And I couldn't listen, fucking entitled Karenina. What? Nobody has to send you super chats. Nobody has to keep paying. I just okay. Let me shut up. JJ talk because I'm really gonna get myself in trouble today. I
No, no,
know.
no. I get it. I get it. I get what you're saying, and it's ridiculous, and it's an ongoing thing with the constant like basically grifting and stuff. Like, how are you gonna monetize mon- monetize a stream where you get on blaming other people like Jules and anyone else that she has any issues with
Yes.
for the fact that
Yeah.
you stayed up all night on a Zoom and fell asleep and didn't get up, I guess, to make something for your child or whatever. And the bad part of it is I don't think anybody would have ever even thought anything of it because none of us are perfect people. But
No.
it's the fact that she herself likes to play things like she did on Terry Lynn. Terry Lynn had an incident with one of her daughters or whatever, and Siwa
Yep.
kept playing it,
Yep.
over and over. And she
And
likes
played
to,
her daughter's voice. It wasn't.
yep, played her
It was,
daughter's
and her
voice.
daughter was. You shouldn't be playing her daughter either. But now
Right.
she's like, oh, they're playing my daughter's voice. You are not exempt. And that's the thing. Like everybody's imperfect, JJ. Like you said, everybody makes mistakes, right?
I
You know what I
do.
mean?
Heck
Like
yeah, I make mistakes all the time.
my
Oh,
son could
every
come and
day I'm
say
like, oh
something,
shit,
but my son could
forgive
come and
me.
say something that could make me look terrible too. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
say something, I'm like, ah, get away from me or something. Like I could sound terrible too. I understand that. Everybody has, certain times where we can sound like assholes. But I think that the point is when you are always talking about other people's parenting and how terrible parents they are, and oh, look at where, she fell asleep on a live or she was drunk on a live, and people are going to jump at the opportunity to show you that you are not exempt from that. Oh, you're so quick to jump at somebody if somebody messes up on a live or something,
Right.
whatever. And
Anything, any little infraction. Oh,
right,
well, your kid this or your parent
right.
this.
Hi,
Oh, let
Lisa.
me call because Siwa has been known to call CPS. So
Yes.
it's insane
Called
to
on
me. It's
Trishalicious. Yes.
yeah, it's not it. Oh my God, it's so not right, But here you are, where your daughter's bringing home tomatoes and potatoes from her teacher,
Oh, thank you.
only her because she's the teacher's pet. Yeah, I really don't think. Let me tell you, I was a teacher's pet a lot of my life, and not one
Thank
because
you.
I did my work. I was a very good student. So was my
Right.
daughter.
Right.
And never once did my teachers say, let me give you a bag of food. That's like, what is this teacher thinking? I would
Yeah,
take
my
that as an
teachers.
insult.
I
Like,
wish
are
my
you not
teachers
feeding
had
your
given me a
kid?
bag of food when I was little. Ay,
Right.
viva la roca. I wish. Shit, my
It's
starving ass would have been happy as hell. Yeah, give me some food.
And it was weird, her
Okay.
daughter, what are we going to do with the potatoes? What are we going to do with the potatoes? Listen, if your daughter asks you and she says, oh, well, I answered that question so many times, so I was annoyed when I was sleeping that she asked me again. It's like, why? I've never had my child come to me and be like, can I have a potato? What are we going to do with the potato? Can I have a potato? How are we going to eat it? What are we going to put it with? Potato, potato, potato. No, it's goddamn potato. The fuck? I don't understand.
Potato,
Never.
potato,
Like,
potato.
but I guess because we have food security in my house, they're not worried about the potato that the teacher
Right.
gave. I
Right.
don't, it blows my mind. It really does. And
Yes.
I guess she thought it was a cool thing
Let's
to
face
say
it.
that her daughter is the teacher's pet. Girl, I was
No,
a teacher's
and
pet
that's the
too.
thing with the oversharing, right?
Right,
Guys,
right.
how many times have I said, I don't talk about my sons. I don't talk about their personal lives. I don't. Of course, I mention I have sons. I mention, oh, my son's playing the damn game, but I don't say, oh, my son has a girlfriend. She's this old. My son, works here. My son, I don't give you personal, private details of their lives because if I share that, that opens the door for other people to piggyback on that and elaborate on that. So her daughter had a whole YouTube channel Again, that doesn't mean it's okay to talk about her kid. I don't talk about people's kids, guys. You know that.
No. Her
I don't
daughter is
target people's
innocent and
kids. But it's the
sounded really
hypocrisy,
sweet.
like Jay Fid said. I don't have an issue that she fell asleep. It's the hypocrisy and claiming the absolute
Right.
moral high
Right.
ground for me. And that is the same exact issue for me. What the hell, Mikey? Oh, somebody gifted. Sorry, guys.
Yes, twice. They
Who
just did it.
who
So
did that?
I wanted to let you to finish. Christina Verney gifted
Thank
2
you.
memberships. Oh, she just did another one. Thank you,
Thank you,
Christina.
Christina Verney.
That's
Thank you for
amazing.
gifting the 3 memberships and thank you. Oh, I see them now. Duh, I got them now. Dogs and things. Okay. Welcome, dogs and things.
Soccer count. Soccer count.
It's okay though. Mikey, hey, Mikey was gifted a membership. And Mustang Sally, my girl. So welcome, dogs and things. I think that's a pretty cool name. Hope you don't hate me and you just weren't watching from the bushes, because then it sucks if you do. But maybe not.
Pat
But
Pat Wetzel says, I was never the teacher's pet. I drove them crazy because I had a sense of, and she's continuing on. I was a teacher's pet plenty of times. One of my teachers that I had for 4 years in
yeah,
high school let me take his Cadillac to the store quite often because it was a cooking class and we would need ingredients that he didn't have. He'd just give me the keys to his car.
what
It
the
just
hell?
didn't. I mean, that was a different time
Do
though.
that
That
in
was the
New
90s.
York. You
No,
ain't
that
never
was the
seen that car
90s.
again.
That was the 90s. He'd be like, God, or, I
But that
mean,
wasn't in New York, I'm saying. You can't do that
we
in New
had a
York.
vice principal that 2 of the girls that I go on my annual beach vacation with, which is coming up, thank God, that I've known since 6th grade, they, all 3 of us would get called into the vice principal's office for hot chocolate when it was cold. Like I
Oh,
was a
that's so
teacher's pet too,
nice.
but none of them were like, let me send you home with some food.
Yeah, that's never been a thing for me.
No.
Even though my teachers knew that we were going through stuff. Oh, okay, good, Stephen. Oh, that makes me even happier. Thank you. Okay, I'll vouch for dogs and things. I
Oh,
know you love
okay,
it.
good.
That was a
I'm
name thing.
sorry.
Sorry. No, I didn't. Well,
I'm
yeah, JD.
sorry.
Say sorry right now. I'm starting like
I am. I'm sorry. I'm jaded. I'm a little
JJ, say
skeptical.
sorry and mean it.
I mean it. I swear to God, I do. If Steven is vouching for you, I am so sorry for thinking you were a sock
I'm
account.
kidding. I'm
Because
kidding. My JJ's good.
I know, but if I'm wrong, I'll
Yeah,
apologize.
but
I
we are a bit
apologize.
jaded. It's true, and it's so sad that when we see new names, I always try to be welcoming because I don't want to. But it's true. For an
Yeah, you do.
instance, I'm like, oh God, do they hate me? And they're gonna just turn on me and say some wicked shit. They come in, they say, hey, and secondly, oh, you fucking bitch, I can't stand you. And so we're jaded because we've had that happen, and it sucks. And I have to go through my block list and unblock a few people. No, not a few, like two people that I have blocked for a long time, and I don't think I need to block anymore. Um, like Teresa, not our Teresa, Teresa the baby. I've seen her in chats, and she's been really kind to me. So I'm going to unblock her. That doesn't mean, you know what I mean? I'm like, come on over, girl, come on over. But she's been really kind, so I'm gonna unblock her. But whatever. But don't come at my Teresa again, because I was gonna be blockity block again.
Yeah,
So
no, absolutely not. Our
yes,
Teresa
yes, you're
is
right, Breezy girl. Breezy kept
important.
bringing up everyone's past, but what? Oh my God. Okay. Siwa kept bringing up everyone's past, but what Siwa did was present day. That's the difference, right? Like they will never let Jules, forget what an ex did or didn't do, yada yada yada, right? But you're doing this shit right now, and
Yeah,
Just like with Brooke, like she
that
went
shit was
through
funny.
something with her husband. Oh, Brooke was hilarious yesterday.
Oh my
Looked at
God, yeah.
alive, it was hilarious. But you're bringing up stuff that Brooke has done in her personal life that was again brought to the internet when what's being discussed is something that happened on YouTube. I think that's the difference. Like I'm not going to discuss something that didn't happen on YouTube because that's an invasion and I don't want that done to me. and I can't control what people do to me, because not everybody, of course, people have different boundaries and standards. So I
Right.
can control that, but I could control me. And just because somebody goes someplace that I won't go doesn't mean that I'm gonna be like, okay, well, you know what? They did it first. I'm gonna do it. No, because then I become that. I become that, and we've all been hypocrites in situations. And I say that all the time too, because I want
Yep.
people to understand that I know that. I know
We're
that there are
human.
situations, yeah, that I've been a hypocrite, but
We have
never with talking about
biases.
people's kids. I will never threaten. Listen, people have tried to come for my kids, guys, and that's on God. The lives are still on my channel. Never have I threatened, well, if you come for my kid again, I'm gonna post your kid. See what did that today? If they whatever post my kid, I'm gonna post people's kids' pictures and their birth dates. Why? Why? Keep your fight with the parents. Why? Because all you're doing is you're doing it to people that will come back at you at the same level. She knows this. You think she would have learned this, but she doesn't seem to have learned that. So it's just going to keep getting worse and worse, because you're going to post somebody's kid, they're going to post your kid, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and
Right.
worse.
Right. Right.
I can't.
Especially from someone who says that they don't do those type of things. I hold
That's the
myself to a
part.
different standard. Let me tell you something, okay?
Thank
If
you,
you
Viva.
come for one of my kids, not
Mama,
only
please.
will I never forget it, but I will call it out
Yes,
every chance
yes.
I get. Does it mean I'm going to come for your kid?
Kiki Ray.
No. No, because Kiki Ray, fucking bitch, threatening my daughter. Anyway. So yeah, you're never gonna be forgiven, bitch. Never, never. I will go 6 feet under with the dirt on top of me. My ass is gonna go down with a flag that says, "I do not forgive you, bitch, for coming and talking
Right.
about my child." Otherwise, other people, I could kind of like let things go, whatever, whatever. But it seems like kids is a hot button topic,
Yes. Thank you.
and I understand that, especially when it comes to Jen, because the shit she says is just so disrespectful
BB.
about others. She's disrespectful to her own damn kids. So why you think that she's going to be
Yes.
respectful of yours? She's not.
Exactly. Come
She's
on.
not. And would I go back at her for that? No. The most I would say is I would rather be 6 feet under with dirt on top than my own child serving me with an RO,
Yeah, good.
because that
Yes.
would kill me.
Yes, me too, guys. Do you not understand that? And again, I'm not here to tell anybody that you can't come at her if she comes at you. You,
Yeah, go at her.
I can't tell nobody that. But
Mm-hmm.
but for real, think about it. She doesn't have the restraint or the capacity to understand that she's talking about her own children. Guys, there's no way. There's no way I could come here and say those types of things about my kids. Can any
Never.
of you guys honestly imagine yourselves coming online and saying horrible things about your kids, accusing your kids of crimes, belittling their weight, all these horrible things?
Oh,
No. So why are we giving so much credence to somebody that is in that state of mind? She pisses me off, guys. I'm telling you, I listen to her and I become infuriated. And she's not even talking about me. But the things she says about people upset me. So I can't even imagine the people she's directing it to, how upsetting it becomes to them. I get that. I understand that, you know,
right.
but it's the people that are saying that they're so above it and I've never done any of these things. And I'm a good mother. How dare you talk about me being a mother? You're a piece of shit mother. Like that's the issue. That's the issue. You're talking about how good of a mother you are and how good of a person you are, and you're an advocate for all these things. You're full of shit. You sat in chats when people talked about putting pew pews in people's mind. Go, oh, do this to yourself, do that to yourself. You know, homophobic this, ableist that, yada yada yada. And you're in the chat, in the chat. Oh, Jen should be ashamed of herself. Like you didn't hear it. I can't. No. And the people
I
want to
know.
blame us for things that other creators say on their channels. We weren't even in the chat. We weren't even around, but we're supposed to, you know what I mean?
I
The
know,
whole
but could you imagine, like, you do something where it really isn't all that big of a deal. But since your ass wants to go and make fun of everybody else for something that isn't even a big deal, just so you have content and because you don't like them, so you're going to talk about it. And I think her fear was she knew damn well how many people that she has shamed as a parent for the most littlest, insignificant things that a kid probably doesn't even remember ever happened. But that's what she does, is get up there and shame people. So she was crying yesterday because she knew that she was caught. And people that she went after for parenting for the littlest things were going to come back.
Now got a gotcha moment on her ass.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's exactly what they said. Everyone said, well, we don't really think it's that big a deal. But
it wasn't that big a deal.
Since you like to come at us, wow, you don't feed your daughter.
Yes.
You know, like it is just that easy. We all mess up. We all get frustrated. I don't think she did anything bad by falling asleep other than the fact that she told people as if this is justification. She told people she's trying to keep up with Jen Bailey. Well, unless you're on some kind of substance, you're probably not going to be able to do that. Because she's wild. She's up all the time.
And it's why though? Why do you need to keep up with every live she says? First of all, she's called repeat for a reason. She's called repeat for a reason. You want to keep up with it because you want the views. And again, I'm not trying to sound like an idiot. I know that that's what YouTube is about, right? The views. We all want views. We all want views. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, I don't want no views. Nobody watch me. Everybody click out of here. I'm not doing it so you guys can come in here. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'll be lying. But do you sell your soul to the devil for the views? Do you become a sellout and go against everything you say you stand for and you believe in? No, guys, honestly, right? We've talked about Jen. I mean, I still like the featured video live on my channel is Jen, because Jen came for me and I felt like it was something important. You're not going to tell me that I'm stupid and uneducated about addiction when I was speaking about something that I know about. So I came for Jen. Yes, I did. But I won't insert myself with her. She came for me. She mentioned me. She said some shit about me. I answered it and that was it. Right? I'm not going to go and, record all her lives and commentate on all of them because I already know how she's wired. And I would do that if I wanted a bullseye on my back, which I don't. I don't need the drama. I rather watch it.
We're just talking about what we see.
I rather watch it on Breezy Girl's channel. Breezy Girl doesn't do no commentary. She documents it and she keeps doing it because we ask for it. We're like, please, we can't see Crazy Town in Crazy Town's hometown. So we elect to come see Crazy Town on your channel, like for real. And you know what the difference is? Breezy Girl has not, she's been consistent and honest about everything. You don't see Breezy Girl like, check out my channel and da-da-da-da, and here's my Cash App. She tells people she don't want that shit. Don't ask her about that shit. She don't want that shit. She turns it down. So when people have died off on Breezy Girl, and they need to, because she's not like a KK's camera. She's not. Okay?
Right. She don't say, I want to help clean because it's the right thing. It's the right thing to do. DV. Oh my God, this is horrible. But then behind the scenes, you're sending a message to somebody that you know well and turn around and say, well, I can't do this unless it's, worth my while as far as money goes. Like,
just be honest about it.
Yeah, be honest. Exactly.
Right.
If you're honest and upfront to begin with, then nobody can really say much. They can not like it, but that's it. They don't have to like it. But now you're viewed as a scammer and a liar.
Right.
So,
and that's the difference.
That's on you.
Listen, if you come here and you're not monetized and you put up your Cash App, there's nothing wrong with that. There's not. But it's when you have the savior complex. That's the issue. I'm such a good person. I'm just doing it. Like, just stop. Just stop. Because then the truth comes out and you're like, people don't understand why people are ticked off. It's the deception. It's the holier than thou attitude. Like, be honest. Yeah, getting some money would be great. You could have two purposes. You genuinely wanted to help, but getting some money would be gravy. Like, be honest about it. But it's the pretending and acting like you have only these noble reasons, and money is that's I'm not even thinking about it. And then it comes out that that is the motivating factor. It wouldn't have been a big deal had you just been honest about it, or not played into this savior shit. I hope that makes sense, guys, because I'm not trying to sound like a
No,
bitch.
it does. It does. It absolutely does. You're not. It's funny. It's like if anybody says they're the perfect parent or whatever. Listen, I screw up all the freaking time, all the time. I wonder if I'm doing enough. Did I do too much?
Yeah.
Am I spoiling them to the point that they can't hold their
Mm-mm.
own? Am I
Mhm.
not giving them enough so that way they have an edge on life? Like
Right.
there's a lot that goes through parents' minds, and I'm saying these things as a
Right.
mom of two young adults, a
Right.
21-year-old daughter and a son that's about to be 24 in a month. So I say that, and I look
I
at
do
them and
too.
I'm like, damn,
I
I
do.
raised some good kids, and I think that we just need to
You
be
did.
easier on ourselves when it
Yeah.
comes to that. I don't think that Siwa did
Right.
anything wrong necessarily by
No.
falling
No.
asleep.
No.
It's the getting on stream and then blaming everyone else because you fell asleep. And Jules, if you had a child, you would be a bad mom.
That's
What the
horrible.
fuck?
That's
What the?
horrible.
Where did that come from?
The
It's like
last
you're
she
the
threw
one
at
who
people
fell
because
asleep.
you messed up instead of just, like, listen, had she just maybe came on and said, guys, I'm so sorry, I just was tired. It's the over explaining too. It's the over
Yeah.
explaining. Like, why? Who are you trying to convince, us or yourself? Because your supporters are obviously in there defending your ass while you asleep drooling on your keyboard. So it's not for them. People that don't like you, that you're trying so hard to convince, you're not going to change their minds. And what you're doing is giving them more ammunition. More ammunition, because they're like, oh, she's trying to act so unbothered when she's extremely bothered. And talking about somebody else that isn't a parent and how disgusting or terrible of a parent they would be is why people relished that gotcha moment on you. See what? That is why, because of this attitude that you have, that you are the best mother in the world, and that you can talk down to every other mother, and you look forward to any of their little mistakes. And when you committed the same sin, YouTube sin, people wanted to turn that mirror around on you. It wasn't a big deal, but the way you talk about people before that and the way you handled it immediately after made it even sweeter to people that you've been talking shit to.
Right, because it did look like she was blaming, like, and then Terry Lynn and
Yes.
Jules, and like, no, they had nothing to do with
They
you
had nothing
falling
to do with
asleep
it.
on a day. They had nothing to do, like, as if we're supposed to feel sorry for her or think that she's this great person because she stayed up all night
And what
hanging
did
out
Jules
with
say
friends
about it
on
anyway,
Zoom.
JJ? She got so upset at Jules. Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah,
Jules wasn't
nothing.
even live after that, right? To talk
No.
about it, or am I mistaken?
No, no, she didn't even have no reaction or anything to it. It was after the fact. And, if I were Jules, I'd be like, what the fuck? Why am I even a part of this situation? I don't got kids. It was
Yeah.
crazy, absolutely crazy and insane. But that is that type of person. And
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't understand the whole, I don't go real life yet goes real life.
You
I
go
don't
real.
parent shame yet parent
You parent
shames.
shame.
I don't,
I don't involve
it's,
family. Don't interview my family while I interview
yeah.
your family.
Yep. Or and what the sad part is a lot of us have an opinion on Mike, right? We think he's a simp, he's enabling her, and I believe that too because he admitted. I
Who,
saw
Mike?
the FOIA video. Yes, I saw
Mike
the
is not a
FOIA
victim.
video.
Mike is not a
He's
victim.
not. He's not
He's
a
a
victim.
willing participant.
Yes, he is. He has to be because he said and I wasn't sure, I don't always like to jump to a conclusion like that
Yeah.
until I saw that body cam footage of him saying they wanted to take her 2 days ago or whatever, however many days ago it was. But I told them not to or
He
whatever.
talked them out of it.
Yeah, he talked them out of it. So, and that makes me sad because she really needs this help. She does. I think Jen is
That's
a
right.
very sick individual. She's had a lot go on, trauma, all that, and she's ill. And the only type of help, and I'm not a doctor, but the only type of help I think she can get is, and have an actual positive outcome, is
Yes.
to do inpatient.
Yes. I want to say this. Now that I just saw Bliss Chris, I can't believe I almost forgot to say this. Hi, Fire and Ice. Happy Easter.
Hey,
Bliss Chris. Let me put her up her comment. This person right here. This is our friend. This is her picture. Siwa Moon. Bliss Chris is
our
not Terry
beautiful
Lynn.
friend.
She's not Terry Lynn. Okay? So Bliss Chris has been on my panel. I've spoken to her on the phone. Like, we've seen her. Her family will never share that shit with you fuckers.
Wait,
Yes.
hold up. Did she
Yes.
did Siwa try to say Bliss Chris?
Bliss Chris is Terry Lynn. Yes.
Oh, hell no. They're two entirely, we know Bliss Chris.
Coffee Loves
She's our
My
friend.
Company came into Jules today and she was like, Siwa was saying that Bliss Chris is Terry Lynn.
No.
What?
No.
No. And then she deleted the videos or privated them. Bliss Chris is not Terry Lynn. We've seen Terry Lynn. Terry Lynn is
Yes.
also a friend. Bliss Chris is Bliss Chris, bro. Like, what are we even doing? Because somebody doesn't have an opinion that you like, automatically there's somebody else.
Right.
Oh,
We've
thank you,
spoken
Fire and
to,
Ice.
we've
Happy
heard,
Easter.
we've heard Bliss Chris's voice. She is not
Yes.
Terry Lynn, for sure. For
She's been
sure.
on this panel. Like,
Yeah,
what?
she has been on your panel. Exactly. And she
Yes.
sounds, it's not even close to Terry Lynn.
No.
Terry Lynn is Tennessee Southern, and I'm not gonna, because
No, we're
Chris
not gonna.
doesn't
But
have it out there.
she
But she's
she
not
sounds more like
Southern.
me. She sounds more
Right.
like me.
Exactly. She does. Yep.
Get out of here. Get out
Two
of
different
here.
people.
Thank you, Fire and Ice.
I think so, Celia. I think that Jen is rubbing off on Siwa. I think it's become like such an obsession. And something that I watched a little while ago, it was Amzi. And when Amzi is calm and chill or whatever, she does do a very good job of covering Jen. She can be objective as somebody who was a friend to Jen off and on for a few years, you know? And that's the way I feel. I think she does a good job on that. Other things, no. Anyway, so she was talking about or showing how on John Wolf's channel, there was a panel that Jen went up on, and there was a rabbi. It was John Wolf, a rabbi, because John Wolf is Jewish, and then there was a rabbi, and then there was Amzi, and then Jen came up. Jen tore into this man as a rabbi. You want to talk about somebody who is the most ignorant POS, you would have to listen to that. And I am so disappointed. Honestly, Amzi was the best one on that panel. I'm not going to lie. She couldn't understand it and was like, Jen, stop, Jen. She kept calling the rabbi. She kept calling him a motherfucker.
What?
Yes, he was wearing the what's it called? Yarmulke? Yeah, like on the head.
Yes.
You know, the little I can't think of the word right now. I'm not ignorant. I swear to God, I know what it is. It's a yarmulke, right? Isn't that it? He was wearing that, and she took a towel and put it over her head.
Oh my God.
Like, she was the most disrespectful. And Amzi kept going, oh my God, Jen, be nice. Jen, like, you can see it.
Drop her? They should have dropped her.
I don't know. John Wolf was apparently close to this rabbi, and he still kept Jen up. I couldn't believe the shit she was saying to this man, you know, and it was horrific. It was on John Wolf's channel. If you want to watch, I don't know if it's still there, but the rudeness and the ignorance of not understanding what a rabbi is and coming at this man, and he did nothing to her. He was extremely kind, and she's just like, get this fucking guy out of here. Da, da, da. Like going on and on and on. And Amzie like was so embarrassed that she actually said, "Oh, hold on, I hear something." So that way she can kind of get off camera for a minute because
True,
she was
Virgie.
embarrassed. It's like that secondhand embarrassment. Like, what are you doing?
No, that's horrible. And this is the thing, guys. Listen to me, right? In my opinion, this is just my opinion. Again, I could state my opinion because I'm allowed to fucking have one. Giving Jen a platform is going to be destructive. Now, some people don't care about the legacy they leave on their channel, the damage they do to their subscribers. So they want her to come on the panel because they want the views, they want the shock and awe, and they don't care what Jen says. But that's like me letting Jen come on my panel knowing she's going to say some offensive shit beforehand. I know that. I know that. And not caring that it may trigger people and giving her the space on my channel to do that. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen because, again, getting those views at any cost is not my sole purpose. Like, that's for real. And I have to keep saying this because I think motherfuckers really think that we don't know how YouTube works, man. You know, like,
Ma,
for
you
real.
could get up here and be doing Jen in the middle of the day, you know, and I could be joining you or whatever, and we
Right.
could be giving our commentary, but that isn't what you wanted to do. That is not something I would want
Mm,
to do. So we've left it alone and let other people, you know, we don't touch that. We just don't. But
I
Viva
know.
Lorico. Just curious, JJ, why were you surprised? That's Jen, though, lately. Very, very disrespectful to everyone, anyone.
Damn, but a
Viva
rabbi?
Lorica, yeah, I just
I wouldn't
felt
have
like
thought
this
that.
man, you would think that, okay, Jen is going to be mad at him because we see how she is with people that she's never met. Hey, how you doing? Like, she wants to be friends, you know,
Like
even
she did with
neighbors.
Ski Mask
Oh,
Candy. Like she did
yeah,
with
do
Ski
you want
Mask
a
Candy.
candle? Yes, see Mask Andy. Oh my fucking God. I don't understand women that want to throw themselves at this. He looks like a kid.
Racist
He looks like a
piece of
15,
shit.
16-year-old kid that should have
And he's a
braces on his teeth.
racist. He's an
And he's
openly
racist. Yes.
racist mother effer.
Right. So I guess to me it's shocking to see someone so disrespectful. Like I usually it's where someone has come at you first and you go back at them and it could
Mm-hmm.
still be disrespectful because you take it to limits that it shouldn't be.
Yes.
However, this man did nothing. She
Nothing to
just
her.
didn't it seemed like she just didn't like him because he's a rabbi, Jewish, and it was
I don't know.
terrible. The way that
Jen
she
gets
spoke to that
triggered.
man.
No, but just like Jen did, was it today or yesterday? I don't know. She went on a panel of this woman. I don't know who the woman is. All I know is that it was a black woman, right? So Jen is on her panel with that person, Nabagazi. I don't know who that
Yeah.
person is either. Um, so she was on this panel, and now I know because I knew when she would call Heidi Black, Bobby Brown, that was a racist reference. But she
Right.
called this other woman that she did not know from Adam, Bobby Brown. She called her Bobby Brown, and her only reason for calling this woman Bobby Brown is that she was a black woman.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
And
like, all black people look alike.
she
What
let
the
Jen
fuck?
have it. She let Jen have it. She told her when she was calling her Bobby Brown, she's like, white
She sure
girl, listen.
did.
She's like, I'm not that color. Jen, you're white. You're white, Jen. It's
Yeah,
not
you're
a
white.
slur to call you a white girl. It's not. Just like it's not a
Right.
slur to say, oh, selfie, that Puerto Rican girl or that Hispanic girl. Oh my God, you're being racist. No, that's a descriptor. I am a Hispanic woman. You're a white girl, Jen. And but calling this woman Bobby Brown is racist because that is not a descriptor of her. And then she mentioned Bobby Brown and Whitney. It's the racism. I just can't with Jen. I just cannot. I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
cannot.
She thinks all the black people look alike, that
Yes, yes,
stereotype. And
Vera.
it's
Yes,
disgusting.
Vera.
It's disgusting.
He's abusive. He's abused the mother of his
Yeah.
child. He's
Right.
a racist. He's wished death on black men solely because they're black.
Yep.
And
Sure did.
anybody and then the thing is, I'm trying to be careful. I'm trying to be careful here because I'm not trying to start World War Four because World War Three already began. But um, somebody who, okay, my mother was Afro Latina, right? And that doesn't mean that because my mother was Afro Latina, and I have a brother that's black, that's half black, that I can't be racist. That's not a thing, right? There are people that date black people and are racist. A little weird to me, but it happens. So I would never say I can't be racist because, my mother was dark skinned. I have siblings that are dark skinned. I have a brother that's half black. But if I say I don't fuck with racists, which I don't ever, 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 there's no way I would ever be okay going on his panel, not even to rip him a new asshole. I don't have anything to say to him. So if you had said here, you fight against racism, all of this, you have family members that are black, and you're not only are you on his panel, you're friends with him, sending him
Yeah.
pictures of yourself.
Yep.
I can't fuck with you. I just cannot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there are some things, and like we said, everybody has their own. Like there was a
Yes.
situation in the past,
Yes,
where
Viva.
I have an adoptive baby in my family.
Yes.
She was
Good.
adopted, and she's only 2 years old now.
Hmm.
And when a creator went at another creator and for putting her child up for adoption, that she was very honest and
Get
open
down.
with, because
Go on.
she was very young. I think she was
Right.
like 15, and she was ARD. So she
Oh,
put the baby up for adoption, and she still has contact with the baby, calls her daughter. She's
yeah.
much, much old. She's an adult now, so I
Yeah.
shouldn't say baby, but another creator came at her for doing so, and it was disgusting. And to me, that was my limit, because
Yeah.
I have a child whom
Yes.
will always eternally be grateful for the birth mother, for making the decision that she did,
In the
and
best
it
interest
brought
of the child.
the best, and we love that child more than anything.
Yes. She's so
She might
beautiful.
as well be, she's so beautiful, and she may as well be our blood. But that was my limit, to say, oh, fuck no, I can't mess with you.
Yeah.
I think people need to realize that we all have our limit. We have different limits.
Hey, Just Jules. Yeah.
Jules is here. What's up, girl? I just
Yeah.
ordered her some stuff for her birthday. That was
Did
fun.
that's oh my God. Wait, not to cut you off. Just Jules, I almost listen, almost lost it. When JJ, you should have seen her face because when she said, like when so she's the bee, right? And she's making a face
Mhm.
because I wasn't looking at my phone, so I didn't see who asked her. But she's like, why do you want to know my shoe
I
size?
know.
I'm thinking a troll came into her chat and asked her I swear to God. So I'm looking through the chat. I was doing something. I start cracking up. So I go back and I'm looking and I'm like, who the hell asked her that? And then I see it's
Me,
JJ.
me,
I
my
started
dumbass.
cracking up.
I was thinking, no, it's not a big, because I have the same of what I ordered her for her
Yeah,
birthday. So
yeah,
I wanted to make sure, that it would fit. But
yeah.
I probably shouldn't have asked in chat. She's like, why do you want to know that? I'm like, oh fuck. Okay.
Yo, I know she was like, weirdo. Yo, I was dying. Then when I
I
saw it was
know.
you, JJ, I was like, okay, I knew why you were asking because I knew it was for a
Yeah.
gift and you wanted to make sure it was the right size. But her response to you made me drop what I was doing and have to come look in the chat, and I was fucking dying. I was dying. She's like, I'm not gonna say it here.
I know, right? Like that's like kind of like asking what's your bra size? Are you a
Yeah,
double
I was
B?
I was
Are you
cracking the
G's?
fuck up. I just love her so much. She's so fucking funny. And when she does this thing where her mouth just
Yeah, it
does
was
this,
really me, Jules.
yeah, yeah. She I know, right? I know. I'm telling you because the way she answered was like she wasn't sure. And it was so like, why are you asking for my shoe size? Yo, I was dead, bro.
I know.
I was
I
dead.
know.
It was hilarious. So thank you. And you did keep me company because I've shared Easter's not a good day for me.
Right.
Um April's not a good month for me, but it was a good day. I did, go out early this morning and all of that, but it wasn't a good day. And when she was live, I was like, thank you. And I stood there the entire live and, was doing things as I listened. And so it really
Mm-hmm.
helped me get through the day. It really did. So I thank you for that. And all you guys, I just thank you. It means a lot, when you have somebody, because other people are live, but I don't like to watch people I don't like. That's the
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly. You
I
don't
don't
even want to
enjoy
hear
it.
their damn voice. It's like, oh my
Right.
fucking God. Like, unless there's some commentary with it for
Yeah,
somebody like Jules going through it and feeling the same
exactly.
way we do, I don't freaking want to hear it from somebody that I don't like, don't want to watch, whatever.
Yeah,
I want to watch commentary from people that I enjoy and that
yeah,
have, like, think like me. Because if there was somebody, a channel saying that everything that Jen did was justified and okay and whatever,
mhm.
whatever, I would not want to watch them. They don't think like me. They're not
Right,
in the
right,
same, and I don't mind differing opinions.
right.
There can be differing opinions. There's a way to do that. But
Yeah.
then there's, just kind of being reckless the way Sophie has been
And
lately.
yeah, I agree. And I know Jay Fit, and thank you, Pooch, and thank you, Christina. I just um and Breezy, I agree with you. She says, I have my
Yeah.
limits on what is accepted as racism versus mental health. It's easy to excuse the ignorance when you've never gone through it. And I think
Yes.
that that's hard too, right? Because I know what it is to be Hispanic. I don't know what it is to be a black person. I know what it is to be somebody that dealt with secondary racism because of my little brother and my niece and my nephews and my mom. I know that I used to get in fights with people because they thought that I was pretending that this was my family and stuff, and I've shared that. And I've gotten it from all sides, from white people, from Hispanics, from black people. All people were like, that's not your family. Like, you want to be black. I used to get it from everybody, and that's not a thing. Um, but
Want
I
to be
also,
black. Your mother's Afro Latina.
I
You
know,
you have black in you.
I just am
Hello.
who I am. I just am who I
You
am.
are who you are.
Right,
Exactly.
and my family is who they are. And I remember I had a niece, a nephew, my sister, may she rest in peace. Her, my nephew was dark skinned. He was half black. His dad was black, and his girlfriend was also black. So when my nephew had his son, he was dark. And I remember somebody online calling my nephew, my great nephew, a tar baby. And that shit, I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was Winnie the
Wow.
Pooh, a old Winnie the Pooh book where there was a tar baby, or it was a rabbit or something. I don't remember. And they put a tar, somebody dressed like a man with tar, and the bunny punched it and got caught in the tar. That is what they were calling my nephew, and he was a kid. He was like 6 years
Oh my
old.
God.
And yeah,
Wow.
and this
Wow.
was done online, and there was a picture of all of us, my sister with all her kids, and my sons, and we were all sitting like on the stairs of her house, and they edited the picture and put like McDonald's bags in all of our hands saying we're a ghetto family and just all this racist shit that was done online. And this was years ago before my sister passed away. So it's bad, and that's why I can never mess with people that are not just ignorant, that don't know better, that are openly racist and say stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
And
okay.
look at my niece, the my adopted niece that was brought into the family. I hate to even say that, but I only
Thank
say
you.
that because of the point that um, that was my limit. Nobody better go after or shame, birth mothers. I don't like that,
Yeah,
especially
no.
when it wasn't like, oh, I have to give up this baby, otherwise CPS is going to take them. No, you're making the decision because you want a better life for your child that you don't think you
Yes.
can give them. And my niece is half Puerto Rican. Her mother's Puerto Rican and has known my sister. My sister. That's who has my niece. My sister had issues with fertility and
Yep.
whatever. And the story is absolutely beautiful. How she came to adopt my niece.
Yeah.
And and the other half
Thank you.
of her, so my niece is half Puerto Rican and half black. So I mean, if you look at my niece, she looks black. She does.
Yeah,
And
she
she's
does. She's so
absolutely,
beautiful.
she's stunning. She
So
keeps
beautiful.
winning these beauty pageants. My
And she's
sister
a
keeps putting her on.
baby and she's already winning these
She's
beauty pageants.
and the best person, 2 years old, and she'll talk to you about anything. She
Yeah.
full sentences, everything. She is absolutely precious. We adore her. But
Yeah.
that's kind of the way Puerto Rican families are. You have very light, like my sister. We called her Blanca
Yeah.
growing up because she was so damn white.
Yeah.
And then you have darker. Like I was very dark as a child. I should show
Mhm.
pictures. It's crazy. I don't know how I ended up becoming very, very pale.
Right.
But I
Right.
was I was I was dark, then my brother was like medium dark, and then it came to my sister, and she was called Blanca because she was very white
She is
looking with
beautiful.
blondish reddish hair.
Hmm.
So Puerto Ricans, we have all colors, all
Yeah, we have
mixes
Taino
of.
Indians. My husband
Yes,
is,
yes.
his family's more Taino Indian. So they're not even European or Afro Latina. They are Taino. And they have like the dark black hair, the thick straight hair.
I love it.
And so there's just so many different types of people, and you love people for, like, Fire and Ice said, where, wait, she said, it sounds cliche, but it's true. You need to look at the content of someone's heart. She was talking to Breezy Girl, and I agree with that so much. And I remember one time, I think it was like I know it was a long, long, long time ago. I said something on this channel that I since regret, and I think I've apologized for it, but I wanted to openly apologize, even though probably I don't think any of you guys remember it. I remember I said, I don't see color, I see people. And
Right,
I need to apologize for that, because if I say I don't see color, I am saying I don't see people's struggles.
right,
That is, and I
right.
didn't mean it that way. I just meant I
Oh,
see
I know
people's
you didn't. I
hearts.
know your heart. You
Right.
love everybody. But,
I meant I
when you
see
say,
people's hearts, but it's so dismissive of
right,
what people have gone through. And I didn't think of it that way until I educated myself and I heard people and I listened and I was like, wow, I never meant to say that. So I would never say that again. I don't see color. Of course you see color, because
of
and that's
course.
kind of ridiculous, because that's like saying if I look at somebody, I see a blank piece of paper. No, I see your color. I see your color. I just meant it doesn't affect how I see you as a person. So I
Right.
wanted to apologize for that, because I've said that a long time ago and I don't know if I've ever really apologized for that. So I just wanted to make that known, because I can admit when I'm wrong and stuff that I feel that was wrong, and that I still think about that. I still think about me having said that. So if I feel something really strongly and I know I was wrong and I felt it was wrong, I'll come and apologize. Even if people may not have remembered that, it bothers me and I need to
Yeah,
correct
it doesn't, it shows strength and
it.
being,
True, true.
humanity to come up and apologize for things that you do wrong. It's really not that hard. It's not. Unless you are a narcissist or
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
yeah,
understand
Mikey.
people that think they never do wrong. I don't get it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's what I meant, but I did understand that it, because I don't, somebody had said it on, I don't remember if it was YouTube, somewhere. They weren't talking about the situation with me, but they said it's so ignorant when people say they don't see color. And I thought about it and I was like, oh shit, I've said that. You know what I mean? And as we're talking about this, I just thought it was important to say that. And and I agree, we're all work in progress, even when it comes to racism. You can always learn. You can
Right.
always learn and better yourself. And I think that people, when they say they don't want to learn or they don't want to do better, I think that that's a whole other discussion. I just think that in everything we do, we can learn. You know what I mean? Like, I know that there's people, no matter what I say here, especially me and JJ, there are people that get angry at everything we say, no matter what we say.
Get
Um,
mad. Don't care.
right, right. I don't care either. But you can't win sometimes. And the more you try, the more they demand, and the more you just dig yourself into that hole. And by the time you try to dig yourself out, you've dug yourself so deep that it's nearly impossible to dig yourself out. So it's about being true to yourself. You know what I mean? If you say something that you feel is wrong or offensive, you should accept responsibility for that. There's so many
Right.
people that just want to blame everybody else for all their shortcomings, all their misfortune, all their bad luck, everything. They don't accept any responsibility. If I don't go to work, if I want to sleep in and call out of work and I get fired, that's my fault. I can't say, come here and be like, oh well, I got fired because I refused to get up and go to work. But it's not my fault. My boss, what does he think? I'm not tired. He doesn't think I
Blame
have.
everybody else.
Yeah, I have to come home. I
Everybody
have to
else that
work and I
didn't
have to
show
clean
up,
my
it's their
floors.
fault.
Right. I still got to come home and I still got to cook and I still got to clean. But my boss thinks that I got to be there. I get tired too. Like, it's adulting. It's called adulting. You have a responsibility. You got to go to work. Yeah, you still got to come home and take care of your responsibilities. It's annoying, but it's fucking adulting. You gotta fucking do it. And people here come here and do that all the fucking time. Like, oh, I couldn't sleep and because I had to watch psychopaths on YouTube because I couldn't miss it. I have to watch everything they say because God forbid I don't catch it. It's ridiculous, and they fucking make me exhausted. They make me exhausted, man. They do. I'm so tired of it. And I'm going to talk about shit when I want to talk about shit. And
Well,
we
right.
need
And the excuse, like, oh, like there were a million excuses, okay, in one damn
to.
video, which was ridiculous because it shouldn't have been that big a deal. But since she makes it a big deal, if
Yeah,
anyone else is the slightest little infraction, listen, I tell my kids they're a pain in the ass when they're
yeah,
a pain in the ass. Does that mean somebody needs to get on YouTube and call me a bad mother? Because I can promise you, my kids would beg to differ. I'm not a
right,
bad mother. That I know. Do I
right.
make mistakes? Am I perfect? Absolutely not. But I love those kids more than I do life, more than I
Yes,
do myself. I would die. I would do whatever I have to do to make sure my kids are well taken care of. So the fact that she picks on
right.
people and then did something that she has picked on other people
For
for,
doing,
it's
right.
yes, it was almost like, oh shit,
Poetic
karma
justice.
is
Poetic
yes.
justice.
Yep. Karma is serving up your piece of the pie, honey.
Yes, ma'am. And just like when Missy was called a liar and she was on a stream still like implying that people swear they know who I am, and I think it's hilarious. People want to tell me who I am, like this. Like, yeah, it's so throwing shade. Yeah, people thinks they swear they know who I am, and people want to tell me about me. People want to tell me about my life. Oops, is this me? Oh, my camera's on. Oops, sorry. I'm deleting this whole stream. I'm deleting my whole channel. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, no. You were up until your camera was turned on by accident. You were saying people are lying.
Yes.
And the
Yeah, I don't like
universe
liars. I
was like,
don't.
oh no, bitch. Banga. And it happens. It happens. You know what I mean? Just don't be a liar. And that shit won't happen to you. Nobody expects perfect. Nobody expects perfect. But if I come here and lie, the internet is forever. The internet is forever. And if I come here and lie, it's going to come out eventually. It is.
Right.
It
Right.
is.
You can't hide everything. Your
No.
personality is going to come out eventually. You can pretend that you're some kind of, Captain Save a Ho and that you do no wrong and she came at me because I was listen, I was clowning somebody who has been forever talking about Cindy and I, and she had been talking about Cindy and I that day when we were on stream, and
Yeah.
I had had enough. So
Yeah.
I saw that she was live only because someone messaged me and told me that she was talking about me again.
Yes.
So I went in there. I had had enough, and I was clowning with her because
Yeah.
she had had an STD, and I called her a hoe And listen, I don't really regret that. I don't. And like I said, either I'm sorry for it or I'm not. And people could think I'm an asshole for that, but I have had enough. And she's
Right.
like, how would you feel if it was your daughter with an STD? Would you call her a hoe? I'm like, yep, yep. I would call her ass a hoe. If she wasn't protecting herself, I'd be like, bitch, why ain't you protecting yourself? And
Right.
that's for my own
I
daughter.
want
So
to
Siwa decided to say that I'm a bad parent. Do you think I'm really going to call my daughter a hoe if she
No,
had an STD?
no.
Of course not. Of course not. What I would
Emotions
do
were
is
high,
have
and you were
I
being an asshole. You were being an asshole, you
I
know?
was.
You
I
were
was. I
pushing
was being an
buttons. You were
asshole. I
pushing
was
buttons.
clowning her because she
Yeah,
wouldn't stop
yeah,
and it was continuous.
yeah.
And honestly, since then, it's really not happened much. And I,
No,
knock on
no,
wood here, but
yeah,
I have had enough. So yeah, I was clowning with her. When it comes to my child, would I be happy if she came to me and had an STD? No. Would
no,
she
of course.
come to me? 100%. Because she
And so would
knows I
my
would help her.
sons. They come
I
to
would
me about
help her.
everything, right?
Right. And she's very responsible. She is. She's a responsible kid. And if she came to me and was like, I was messing around, blah, 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 I got an STD, I'd be like, why didn't you use protection?
Right.
Because thank God it wasn't something. And of all people, Cindy knows, what it's like to lose a loved one due to
Yes, I
an
do.
STD,
Yes,
an
I do.
STD, and to lose their life. And would
Yeah,
I be easy on my daughter? I would be upset. I
of
would. But
course.
I would do it from a place of compassion and caring.
Yes.
That's just and
And see what I
Siwa
do too. Yeah.
decided to take it upon her effing self, not even knowing me, to
Nope.
take that clip and talk
Yep.
about me as a parent. She doesn't
Yep.
even know me. She
And
knows
call you a
nothing about
terrible,
me.
shitty parent.
Yes, and call me,
Yeah.
you got some fucking nerve, bitch. And like I
Yeah.
said, when it comes to my kids, there's no forgiveness. So I'll be waving the flag from 6 feet under for you too, Siwa.
Yes.
Bitch. What?
Yep.
I'm a bad parent? No.
Yes.
Uh-uh.
You're
We
right.
all mess up. We all mess up. A bad parent to me is Jen Bailey. My heart breaks for her kids.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
it does. It's not the slightest infraction of, oh, my kid didn't eat what they wanted to eat, or
Right.
the way I would handle a situation with my kid. That doesn't make you a bad parent. What
No.
makes you a bad parent is somebody like Jen Bailey, who her
Right.
kids have to take restraining orders because she doesn't stop saying
Exactly.
God awful, horrible things about her own kids.
Right. And JJ, I know, as a mom, I could just have fed my kids breakfast, bacon, eggs, toast, all this shit, right? And a few minutes later, they come, they want a yogurt, they want something else, especially when my kids really weren't small during the time of the internet and all of this. But if I was busy doing something, reading or something, and my kids wanted my attention, they knew the easiest way to get it is, Mom, I'm hungry. Mom, I'm hungry. Because that's going to make me like pay attention. Like, because that's not a
Right,
thing. I'm hungry.
right.
My kids, that's not a thing. So I understand that if somebody's online and their kids come and they say they're hungry, I'm not automatically gonna think they're starving their kids. They're not feeding their kids.
No.
First of all, you know what I mean? You don't know the whole picture, and you don't know what the hell's going on. And kids can be hungry all the time. They want to eat when they're bored. They don't understand. They just think that, they don't understand what they're feeling. They think, okay, I want to eat. I want to eat. I want to eat. I want a candy. I want to whatever. So
Right.
I understand that. And I think that people don't seem to understand. We understand that shit. But it's when you want to judge everybody else and talk shit about everybody else's parenting. If their kid comes online while they're live and they say, hey, they shush them away, you want to make a whole production out of it. You have to expect for others to do that to you. Just like when I've said something that, I stand up against something, yada, yada, and somebody saw me not speak about that when it happened over yonder and they called me out for it, and I had to set the record straight. I can't speak about everything. I pick and choose my battles. And just because it happens, you can't assume that I see everything and I know everything, because I don't. That's impossible. I don't spend my most of my time online. I really don't. I spend the majority of my time offline. You know, um, And that was a thing where people assumed that you had, because they had seen it, you must have seen it and you need to speak about it and all of this. And that's unrealistic. And nobody should tell somebody else what they have to speak about. But I think that that's the thing too. Like, I don't like to call people bad mothers, right? But Jen Bailey is harmful. Harmful not only to people online, to her own children, because she's forever put this stuff out on the internet. And even though we know it's lies, it's still in other channels. That's what just wanted to say this. We have the option to turn it off, no matter how upsetting it is, no matter how damaging it is to reputations. And Jen does take it beyond. She calls welfare checks, she's called
Yeah.
jobs,
Yep.
CPS, all of that. So please don't misunderstanding that I'm saying if she calls CPS on you or welfare check, just turn it off and ignore it. That's not what I'm saying. But
Nah, I'd get on a plane. I'd be
right.
on.
Oh
I'm not
yeah,
even joking. We'd be skeleton to skeleton, and
yeah.
I'd
Yo,
be
you
ripping some.
stupid, bro.
Call me violent. Call me whatever you want, but no,
Like in
don't
that
play with
movie,
me.
Warm Bodies. Yeah, I would be.
Be like, we'd be rubbing bones, but I'd
I
be whooping some
can't,
ass
bro.
and pulling some hair because you don't play when it comes to
I
kids.
can't.
And
I'm
just because
sorry.
you get mad at somebody doesn't give you the right to call CPS and involve their kids. You
No.
are hurting the kids at that
Right.
point. What's wrong with you? Just
Right.
because somebody calls you a bitch and can't stand you doesn't mean they're a terrible mother.
No.
What are
And
you
you're harming
doing?
their
Stop
kids.
weaponizing
Yeah.
that.
That's what you're doing. But I wanted to say, but like, let's say, okay, when again, I'm not gonna tell people they shouldn't play body cam footage. Y'all want to do that shit, do it. It's your channel, whatever. Um, but karma comes full circle. We've seen it. It's happening. It's gonna continue to happen. But the difference, I think, is when her daughter, that is still in the house, right? She talks shit about her son, her other daughter. They don't live there. It's bad enough that they have to see their names tarnished, their personal business on the internet forever. Because even though Jen deletes her Instagrams, they're immortalized everywhere all over the internet, right? All this information about their kids that their children didn't choose to put online is out there forever. And these terrible things that Jen has said about her kids is out here forever. The difference is that her daughter, that's a minor, that is still in the house with Jen. We see how unstable she is. We see how erratic, how explosive Jen is. We've seen it in the videos with Clint. We've seen it on lives, the way she talks to any and everybody around her. Um, so this girl is in that situation 24/7. She can't choose to shut it off. And even closing her bedroom door does not ensure that her mother's trust and believe Jen is calling her, talking to her, driving her crazy. She could hear it all day, 24/7. So when you play that little segment of the daughter talking to the cops and the daughter feeling safe enough in that one, yeah, she makes me want to cry, bro. The daughter finally feeling safe enough to share honestly how she felt to that officer because her mother wasn't there, right? Because if Jen's right in front of you or your parent or somebody who's hurting you, putting you in a bad situation, you can't be honest. She was able to be honest and tell the cops how she felt. And then you go and put it on the internet where you know Jen watches everything. So Jen sees it and Jen is upset because Jen has been trying to get her daughter to testify and lie for her against people on the internet, to say that what she's been seeing and experiencing, she hasn't been seeing and experiencing. So this girl was thought she was safe enough to be honest with these police. And then it's shown on the internet. Jen sees it. Jen flips out on her daughter, takes her devices, says she's grounded. She came on and said it. My daughter, for the way she spoke to the cops, she's grounded. I took her devices. So her little escape from the world in that little room, that those little devices are the only escape she has, is now taken from her. And God knows what she said to the daughter. She's threatened to have her institutionalized, sent to boarding schools or foster care or group homes, all these things. And now her last bit of safety. Do you think that girl will feel safe to talk to cops again if it gets worse? No, because she's going to be worried that body cam or FOIAs are going to be pulled and that it's gonna be, and she still has to live there. So that to me upset me, because that is as real life as it goes, and that is somebody's minor child. And if we talk about, don't talk about people's kids, that put that girl in danger. And I fucking think it's disgusting. I'm sorry. Give a fuck what their reasoning was. And again, it's played the first time. That's when the damage is done, right? Jen sees it again and again and again. The damage is done. So I
It's
just,
not fair. It's not. It only hurt the daughter. That's all that was
it
accomplished.
only
So
hurts
you
the
have
daughter.
made a few bucks, off of getting Jen's daughter grounded. Do you feel good for that? Because I wouldn't.
And you
I
know that
certainly
she has
wouldn't.
a hand problem, JJ. She tried to
Mm-hmm.
get her daughter arrested last time because
Yeah.
she put her hands on her daughter. Let's not
Mm-hmm.
pretend that that's not a fucking thing. And it doesn't matter, even if she didn't put her hands on it, that verbal abuse is life lasting.
I
So
agree,
we're
Fire
gonna
and
forget
Ice.
to that? No, I'm sorry, no.
Fire
No.
and Ice says the police failed that child by not having Jen committed. I agree.
Yes.
I agree. I don't understand Ohio
Yes.
whatsoever
Crazy girl.
because there was the domestic dispute between Jen and Mike had been the one to call the cops, and that's the one where the daughter was
Spoke.
also on, and
Hmm.
the cops before they're left, they're like, "Is there any way you guys can go different ways? It's nice outside, so could you stay outside while he goes inside or whatever?" What the hell is that? That
I
would
know.
never happen in Florida. It's
Not
like
here either.
mandated if there
One
is
of them would have had to
domestic.
leave. One of us would have had to leave. No.
Look at the whole Gabby Petito. May she rest in peace.
Yes.
The cops even there made the boyfriend
Errors, made mistakes.
go to a hotel and separate. They would never do that here. It would be you'd have to separate them. Otherwise, that's it. They're done. You don't get that choice. So it confused
Me
me.
too. Me
Ohio
too. Me
seems to
too.
be very lax on a lot of things
And I
because
don't know, JJ, if it's because they have had so many dealings with her that they don't take her serious. But and also because they probably have come across all the channels with all the videos talking about Jen Bailey. So they
mhm.
may think that to some extent it's true. She has people targeting her and coming at her. So these are all possibilities, but she accused him of R-ing her.
Yes.
Right? So for
Yes.
you to just allow you talk to everybody and you hear from the child, who is in essence a child, she's still underage, how delusional she is, that she lies, that the situation is unbearable. And for the police, first of all, they're mandated reporters. That wouldn't be a thing in New York. Once
Mm-mm.
that call would have been made and there is an underage child and there's accusations of R with a child in the house, CPS would have been called
Oh
immediately to
yeah. Oh
investigate.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Could you
not saying, and
imagine?
I'm not saying people call CPS on her. Please don't misunderstand. That's not what I'm saying.
No, please don't. The daughter doesn't deserve that. She
No, that's
doesn't.
not what
She's
I'm
going to be
saying.
18 and she'll leave. But the reality is that she told the cops, and it was on the body cam footage, that Mike r'd her. Now, if that happened here, in what world would they still can keep people in the same house and just
It
say,
wouldn't
okay, it's a
happen.
beautiful day, you
It
stay out
wouldn't happen.
here for a little while? It wouldn't happen.
Even if
You're
they're not mentally
allowing,
well, that's
right?
even
Because you
more
don't know if
dangerous.
the cops don't know if it's true or not.
Right,
They don't know.
right.
So, we don't believe it because we know Jen by now, right? Like she says
Yeah, we
everybody does
know.
that to
We know
her.
he didn't do that. Right.
Everybody.
Yeah.
However, if that's a call you're getting that she's not well, things are going on, she's accusing him of R and the cops are just like, there's nothing we could do.
Average
Happen.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm like, what? That would never happen. Never. I've
No.
seen people have to be separated for much longer than a night, by the way,
Yes. Yes.
due to what the courts and the police, made them do. So
Yep.
it's Ohio is ridiculous. It
Love you,
really, at
Vera.
least her
Enjoy the rest of
county.
your night. Yep. No, you're right, JJ.
Well, good night, Vera.
Yes, exact. Oh my God, JJ, that's true too. Fire and Ice. That is filing a false report here in New York.
Yes.
In New York,
Yes.
sorry, you would get in trouble for that. That would be, they would at least make you pay a fine for that, so that that would deter you from continuing to make false reports. I don't know why they're not even like letting her know, listen, do not fucking make false reports. You could get a fine, you can spend the night in
Right.
jail. I don't understand that. And I even like got into a little thing with somebody on Reddit because I said Jen needs consequences.
She does.
She needs that fear of, even if she goes into a precinct for a night, that she spends a night there or a few hours there, because she swears, I'll never go to jail. They'll never take that shit. Might scare her straight, even though, it's not. And somebody was like, oh, it's not, you think they're going to worry about internet stuff? You're missing the whole fucking point. I'm not saying she should get arrested for online shit. I'm saying she doesn't face consequences, so she doesn't take any of this shit seriously.
No,
If
look what she
she's
did to her
cheating
own
on a pay
son.
cut, she might get scared. Hey,
Supposed
Miss
to be
Mickey.
talking. She's not supposed to be talking about Clint or her son. And she does all the time. And her son violated her. And you know what? Kudos to you, young man, because
Yes.
that means that the
100%.
RO that you took out, you
Yep.
meant business. It wasn't just to hurt somebody. It was
No.
you were trying to stop something, and
Yes.
you're going to violate her with
Yep.
the police every single time she violates that RO. And
Yep.
I applaud him, because how many times has she done it with Clint already, and he's done nothing? So why
Right.
did he bother with the RO? Why
I
bother?
think because he was worried about it, and now he just feels like he's rid of her. And if she comes near him, like, because I think that's what happened. I think that he was just like, okay, I'm done with her. I'm not going to worry about it. But when he found out that she was actually having Mike look for him, I think that scared him. I think that scared him when she was actually trying to report the car stolen from him. And I think he realized, she's going to try to get me arrested or something. And she has Mike looking for me. Like this, she's going to try to drag me back or something. I think that scared him to get an RO in place, or TPO, whatever the fuck, so that in case she does come to him, he can call the police. I think he's over it. Again, I'm not like a cheerleading for Clint either, but I'm
No,
just
not at
stating
all.
my opinion. I think that he's just done with it. He hasn't been in chats. He cut off Amzi and KK2. I think he's genuinely over. He wants to move on, and I ain't mad at the dude. I ain't
No.
mad at the dude. I don't think he's going back to Jen. I don't think, and again, I could be wrong, but I know from experience, having worked and stuff, that it's dangerous the first couple of weeks. It's been a few months now, you know. I don't really see him going back to her. I think that he enjoys his freedom. I think that he's moving on. He's working, and I
Right,
wish him
he's
the
doing
best.
his own
You
thing.
know?
But the
Yeah,
problem is, and I don't have anything against Alice. Okay, I
exactly.
don't. I don't know her.
Alice,
I
right?
understand wanting to defend her son. I would
Yes,
the same way. However,
definitely.
Clint is no longer in this. He got the RO. He's not
Yes.
violating her. He's
No.
doing his own thing.
Hmm.
However, Alice, as of, was it yesterday or this morning, she's still
Hmm.
in chats talking about it.
Yes. Yes.
So what are you doing? Your own son is not fighting this whatsoever. So why are you in here? It makes it seem like
It
Clint
feeds
is
Jen's
very much,
delusions
yes,
that
it does,
that
because
she's
it makes it
controlling the
seem,
situation, the conspiracy theories. It feeds
yes.
into that.
Yep, and she thinks he's going to come back to her or whatever. Alice is still involved, and
Yeah.
God bless you, Alice. I understand if it was my son, I would
Yes.
be wanting to defend him too. However, I think at this point, going in these chats and talking about it, and Siwa like looking for family members that she could talk to of Mike. Mike is not Jen. He's not.
No.
So why the fuck are you interviewing people that are not even somebody's relative that's online?
Right.
Mike didn't ever agree to it. He doesn't ever want to be on camera. So why
No.
are you putting his family in the middle of it? Makes
Right.
no sense. And I'm sorry, Siwa, but when people come for your ass or do interviews, don't cry, don't get upset,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you did it, man. You did it, and you agreed, and you were asking very personal
Yes. What the
questions
F?
that were cringy AF.
Yeah. And it
Never
was
asked
all
those
a ploy
questions.
to get at Jen. It was
Yeah.
it's not to help Mike. Mike doesn't need saving. Mike is voluntarily there. He
Yes.
enjoys it. They probably sleep together, all that crazy shit. And in my opinion, again, you guys know I don't addict shame people, but I also can spot possible scenarios. And I've been saying for a minute, there's something more than just mental illness
Yes.
and all of
Yep.
this.
You have
I've been
been.
seeing it for a minute, like something is off. Just the manic, I can spot it usually. And I've also said sometimes people confuse mental illness with substance abuse. It looks like each other. But in this situation, I think it's a combination of all of those
It's
things.
both. Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
and it's I think that he's also using something too, and that is something they've bonded over, and they've you know been in this toxic thing for so long that they are codependent on each other. The same way she was codependent on Clint, she's very codependent on Mike. She had a relationship with Mike simultaneously while she did with Clint. We heard it in those videos. She had Mike there, let's go to the bedroom. Wow, she left Clint in the living room. Like,
Oh, in
that's a whole new
Clint's
level
own
of
bed and
responsibility.
stuff. Like, that is
Hey,
the most
Coley,
effed
how
up
are you, sweetie?
situation. Hey, Coley. And yeah, Siwa is, Breezy says Siwa is only doing this because Jen interviewed Keaton. And
Yes,
I understand it 100%, but a lot of
right.
us were against that 100%. Just
Yes,
like Jules was. Jules didn't necessarily like Siwa, but got up there and said how effed up it was to do that.
yeah,
And that's Jen. She's messed up. She really
yep,
is. But that doesn't give you the right to
yep.
then go after other people's kids and drag
No,
people into it, and it
no,
doesn't make you the better person. It just
she's
doesn't.
not. She's
No,
not the
and
better
she
person.
and it's been done. It's been done. And what really like sealed the deal for me is, okay, you have Mike's wife, soon to be, I guess, or estranged wife, whatever
Yes,
it is, up on panel talking about things. All right, you did your thing, right? You got back at her. You got Mike's, wife up on panel. What
hmm
bothered me was
and his
then
daughter, and
having,
his daughter on panel.
that's what bothered me, was the daughter getting on panel. Like, who are you to ask or allow Mike's child to come and granted, she's a young adult, but she's still his child, up on a panel to talk about him and Jen? You
Yeah,
are scum for
and you know what, too,
including a
JJ?
kid.
Having Jen's son in the chats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if Siwa was having issues with her son and
Oh,
creators that she disliked had her son in their chat while they're dragging her, while they're dragging
it's not
Siwa.
right, man.
Her
It's not
son is
right.
in the chat. Like it's just common decency. It's just common decency. Like you just say, listen, I'm sorry, I understand, whatever. You just don't involve kids at all. You don't
No,
involve people's children at all. Oh
it
my
broke
God,
my heart.
Heidi. Hi, sweetie. How are you? I hope you're
Oh,
well.
I haven't seen
So
you in a
good to
long time,
see
Heidi.
you. So good to see you, sweetie. I'm really happy to see you. Sorry, I just got
I haven't
excited.
seen Heidi in a long time.
Yeah, I'm so happy to see you. I hope that you're doing well. Happy Easter,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. And Coley, happy Easter, Mama. Sorry, that just made me excited. I love to see people that I haven't seen in a long time. My
I
peoples makes me
know.
happy. But I
And
saw.
Coley, I just real quick want to
Mhm.
say that, Coley, you letting your moms do their thing and taking care of the BS so that way you can do your content, girl, high five, because that's what needed to happen.
When
Nobody,
yesterday?
No, it wasn't only yesterday. She did a
Oh,
live before that too, where she let the mods take care of
you have
any
to let them
BS that
on.
was coming in her chat.
You have
Because
to let the
I
mods know that.
understand where Coley was coming from. Like, she
Yeah,
doesn't mind differing opinions and wants to hear it.
yeah, but not here.
However, what was being done was not differing opinions. It was just there to argue with her.
Yeah,
So I fully agree. That's what I said. I even sent her a message like, Coley, you're doing a good, your commentary is great, especially when you're showing the videos and you're commentating on them and everything. But don't let people in the chat derail you, because that's
don't
what
let
they're
them
there to
derail your
do.
train of thought.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Let your chat be open to different opinions, but not people that are just,
love
are
you, Bliss.
coming there to argue with you. Let your
No,
mods do.
yeah.
That's what the mods' job is. And I
Yes,
think you're doing a great job. Keep going,
yes.
Coley. Because,
That's
yeah,
it.
high
And
five, girl.
I wanted to add to this because Bobby the cat is back, right? And he re-uploaded some stuff. So again, I don't speak for Bobby the cat. I just, we were once mods for him. I've always enjoyed his content. Their content, sorry, their content. Um, and I saw that a video, old video or short of Coley was re-uploaded, and it's an old upload. I think that his channel, he removed his channel or deactivated it. So now I think, he had some lives from 9 months ago. I could be wrong. I know people were upset, like, this is, this says today's date. This is old. I think when you re-upload it, of course, it's going to say the date or whatever, that you re-upload it. But it was an old video. And I know from experience, Coley has grown a lot. Um,
We
a hell
didn't get
of a lot.
along with her.
We
You and
didn't
I
get along
didn't.
with Coley. Like, I was looking at the short that he posted, and I was like, Coley was a bit much back then. The fuck, like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah. She
reminded
comes for
me
your
of,
throat. She'll come for your throat.
and I was
She
laughing. I was
came
like,
for you. I think she came
mm-hmm,
for you, and then I jumped in, and I'm like, no, bitch, no.
mm-hmm.
That's not the way,
It's funny that in that short,
funny
one
now.
of those shorts that she was coming at Yah for defending me. That it was so funny, and she was like, "I don't give a fuck. It's my." I was laughing. I was cracking up because I was like, "Yo, things have changed so much, and people do change, and people do evolve." And Coley has grown and changed so much. And Coley apologized to me like a year and a half ago about that shit.
Yeah, she did. She
We've been
came to
good since
you.
then. She came directly to me privately and apologized to me. And we've been good ever since. So I know people do change and grow and stuff. And so I just wanted to say that because I did see the re-upload, and in his defense, I just think he was re-uploading. Sorry, I keep saying sorry. But I just want to say that I don't know what his current feelings are about Coley, but hopefully he will. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I don't know what the pronouns are. Sorry, but you understand what I'm saying. They will keep
Yeah.
and see that certain people have changed and certain people haven't changed. So, but I support Bobby. I always have. Even when we had the misunderstanding and he unmodded us, he never dragged us, dogged us out, and we've never done
Nope.
that to them either. So there's a level of respect there that will always be there. And I did notice that they're back, and I'm happy. I'm happy, and I hope that they get to see that Coley is growing. Um, and I really, really like her, and that's all. And I
Yeah, she's
respect
got
that
her
she stays
opinions, and
true to
she's
herself.
allowed to have them, just
She's
like
allowed to have
anybody
her
else.
opinions.
And
Yeah.
I always feel bad when she's afraid to,
Yes.
state her opinion. And the only thing I can say as far as constructive
Yes.
criticism goes is, Coley,
Okay.
there, when you're thinking something, there are others that are thinking the same, and you just got to ride with that. And you're absolutely
Mm-hmm.
entitled to your opinion, and don't let anybody change that, regardless.
Yes.
Don't let, I mean, if it's a constructive conversation where you're talking to people and then you end up changing your mind,
Yeah.
that's different. But
Yep.
if you feel a certain way, don't be afraid to say it, just because somebody
Yes.
might come in your chat and be mad. It's always going to be the same people. They're never going to like you. Cindy and I
Yeah,
know that.
we know
They're
that.
never going to like feel
They're not.
different. So that's why we always say, you know, the 96% are welcome, and then there's 4% that
Yep.
aren't.
That, and we'll never, and they won't, you know why? There won't be a resolution, Coley, because
Never.
that's not their goal. That's not their goal. A
Right.
resolution isn't their goal. Their point is to bust your balls at every possible turn. That is what their goal is. And you trying to appease them or explain yourself to them just fuels them to keep making demands. So there comes a certain point where, and you feisty as hell, be like, fuck you. That's it. You
Yeah.
go about your business.
Yes.
Hey, my
Right.
Megs. Happy Easter, baby. Love you, Megs. You know? I just wanted to say that because we support Coley and I understand and we see what's going on, bro. And it's not cool. And it breaks my heart when I see her upset and crying and trying to explain and prefacing everything and having disclaimers and fuck that, man. Fuck that. Be who you are. If you genuinely feel you said something out of pocket, then you apologize for it. But don't allow anybody to try to have you conform because they're the fucking popular fucking opinion. Like, man, let
Right. No, 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 no. You could be the only person on earth with
kitty
your
cat,
opinion,
good
and you
kitty,
have a
yes,
right
daddy.
to it.
Those are the pronouns. That's right. That's right.
It's a little
Sorry.
confusing. I
Yeah,
had to learn that I don't have to be hateful just because other
other
people are.
people,
Right.
exactly,
Right.
Courtney,
Just
exactly.
because, and this
Yeah,
is what's so frustrating. Just because you disagree with someone doesn't mean that you hate them or don't
right,
like them. And
right.
that seems to be a thing on
Yes,
YouTube. Like, if you
yes,
don't agree, that must mean you hate, and there's an
yeah.
attack campaign. You know, it's utterly ridiculous.
It's happening
Everybody,
everywhere.
it's
Do you know
ridiculous.
there's this thing,
Everybody's
JJ?
entitled to not agree.
Yes.
It's
Sorry.
crazy.
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry
go
to cut
ahead.
you.
I'm
I'm sorry.
sorry. I'm
And
talking a
Megs,
lot. Sorry.
congratulations on reaching 200 subscribers, my
Woo,
beautiful
woo.
girl. Upward and onward.
Link in
But
the
I wanted to
chat,
say, do you know that
Megs.
there's this new thing? Like, okay, so you guys know, well, you may not know, but I've shared in members only my body dysmorphia, right? And I've shared that even my family didn't know about it. The only person that knew that I was struggling with that was my husband. My sons
Mm-hmm.
didn't even know. You know, my husband knew because he was always there for me. When I was 100 pounds, he would say I was a supermodel. When I was 180 pounds, he would say I was thick. No matter what I looked like, he always supported me. So I give him props for that always. Um, but when I was going through all this stuff, right? And I wanted to lose weight because I wanted to be healthier. For me, you know, I would walk up a flight of stairs and I couldn't breathe, and I didn't want to get diabetes. I had gestational diabetes, and it wasn't because I was overweight, it's because I was pregnant. And when I gave birth, I lost it. But I wanted to lose weight for me, not for anybody else. But I see this thing that if you celebrate yourself, right, on TikTok, so I'm very careful on TikTok. Like, let's say I post a picture when I was at my heaviest at 180 pounds, and I post a picture now at 135. Are actually people who will bash me and call me fat phobic for having lost weight and for wanting to be healthy. And even if I've never fat shamed anyone or any of that, if I don't look down on people that are, you know, bigger and all of that, which I don't, I try to encourage everybody to feel good with who they are because I know what it is to have body dysmorphia, to look at yourself and see somebody that's really big. Even if you use the word obese, that's fat phobic to call somebody obese. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They have these labels now for everybody. If you don't agree with kids being pushed onto drugs and all this stuff, you're transphobic. Um, if you don't agree with kids being taken to drag shows, you're homophobic.
Ridiculous.
If you don't
Disgusting.
want to be heavy, you're fat phobic. What the actual fuck? And it's all a way to silence people from having differing opinions. And it's this victim mentality that they're pushing, that, oh, I'm heavy and people, the world is just fat phobic. Oh, I'm just not given a chance because, like, get the fuck out of here. Sorry. Okay. I'm calm now. Hey, education. Hey, baby girl. Happy Easter. That shit just makes smoke come out of my ears and my nose. And it's like, enough with that shit. Grow up. Take accountability for your life. You know what I mean? Like, and I understand some people have mental health issues that interfere with them being able to think logically and sensibly. But has it infected everybody? Like, it's worse than COVID. Like, you think COVID was a fucking pandemic? Stupidity is a Okay, that was a bit much.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nah, girl. No, you're
Hey,
speaking
Joe
facts. You
Bean,
really
girl.
are. You are. You're. You might call it. Oh, all right. I'm
Damn
going a
it.
little too. No, you're not though, and that's the problem. That's the problem. People are afraid to speak out because they'll be labeled
Mm-hmm.
something horrific. And no, I'm sorry, but I'm not accepting that label.
Yes,
I'm just
thank you.
not. I
Yeah,
love
no
all
more.
people. I do
Yes.
until they harm me or my kids. That's all I care
Yep.
about.
Yep,
That's it, and
Stephen.
that's all. And I
Yes.
won't be called a homophobic, xenophobic, racist, whatever. I'm not going to be called all these different names because somebody
No.
wants to place that
No.
title on me. No, that doesn't work. Nope. Nope, nope, no, nope. I'm
No.
a lover, not a fighter. I say that all the time. I would
Yes.
rather be your friend and get along and love you. And
True. But
that is one thing that I do know. I can be, um, I'm a pain in the ass. I'm stubborn. I have my OCD,
right.
ADHD, and not medicated for it because I chose not to be.
Right.
But when it comes to being a friend, that's one thing that I can actually pat myself on the back for. Like, I
You
care
are.
about my friends and I will be there for them
True.
always. And I consider myself a
Yes,
good friend.
ma'am. You are a great friend, an amazing friend. JJ is there for me and for all her friends whenever we
Mm-hmm.
need her. And I'm not talking about
Anytime.
financially, assholes.
Anytime. Right,
Like,
right.
yeah, I bet
Well,
she is selfie. No, it's not what I'm talking about. But
no, no,
you're
no,
an
no,
amazing
no.
friend, and I
We're
have so
talking about
many.
like spiritually and
Yes,
the way that you're
emotionally.
feeling
Yeah,
emotionally, and
yeah,
I would feel terrible if my friend was like, you weren't there for me, or no, I want to
yeah.
be there, not just to be considered a good friend, but because I want
That's
to,
right,
because
Bliss.
that's a person that I love. And
Yeah.
and I can't say I'm good at a lot of things, but being a friend is
You
something
are
that
good at
I
a lot of things. What the hell, girl? Stop it. Stop it. Stop being too modest. You're amazing, JJ. And we need to celebrate now. You can't have confidence because then they throw labels on you, right? Like they throw
right, you're a
JJ, they
narcissist,
want to
God
wealth
forbid.
shame her. They want to poor shame me and wealth shame JJ. Like,
Right,
this is what I'm
right.
saying. Like, they'll shame JJ for being too thin. They'll shame me for being overweight. Like, it's like, what the fuck?
It
Shame
never
her for
ends.
having money. Shame me for not having money. Like, what the
It
I
ends.
no,
It
you're not gonna push
never.
your labels on me anymore. Like, it's insane. And
And I
we
think that's
don't
what it
notice it
takes,
till it's
and
too late. We don't notice how
that's
out of
what it
hand it's
takes,
become.
though. I think it takes for people to say, like, nah, but not get mad, but just be like,
Right.
no, I've had enough of your
Not doing
bullshit.
it.
Like,
Yeah,
no,
not
that's
doing it.
not the way it is. And no one's
That's
going to
right.
tell me I'm a bad friend. Nobody, because I know
No.
different. I would drop everything to be there. And I say that with my family too, and they know that.
Love you, Pat.
If I can be there for people, that's what I want to do. And
That's
it has
right.
nothing to do with money. And people
No.
telling me that I'm like money bags or wealth shaming. What?
Daddy Warbucks. Like, and that
Rich?
you're showing off, and JJ never does that. JJ doesn't
Mm,
throw her money around or throw, like, oh, I make such and such amount of money, bitch. Bow down to me. She doesn't do that. People project their shit onto her, just like they project their shit. People project onto everybody, right? If you always have to point out somebody else's shit, like, talking about, I think Brooke is beautiful. I do. I like
True.
Brooke. I think she's beautiful. She was hilarious last night. She could dance too.
She
I think
was.
she's beautiful. And she's admitted that she wears little clip-ins. So what? I had clip-ins. I don't wear them now because I don't have them anymore. But if I had hair, I'm thinking about getting that halo thing that is just that wire with the, that's the thing. It's fucking optional. It's cosmetic. You could put clip-ins in your hair. You could take them off. It's the same thing with makeup. So for Jen to be calling her Sally Hansen, first of all, Sally Hansen is nail polish, dumbass, and calling her bald. Brooke isn't bald. Brooke isn't bald, and this is the shit, And again, it's Jen Bailey, yada yada. My point was, uh, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous with the things that people say and the insults that people want to have for people, and the jealousy is coming out because Brooke is a beautiful woman. She's in shape. She's beautiful, and we just got to stop doing that because I don't want to look like anybody else but myself. Well, that's a lie. I do want to look like, J Lo, but that's not going to happen in this lifetime.
Right.
So I'm good with you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to say if God wasn't like, okay, I'll turn you into J Lo. Okay, I'll be like, no, that's not a thing. But I'm good with me, with who I am. I don't want to look like anybody else. I don't want to be anyone else. So I'm not jealous of anyone else. You know what I mean? I'm really not. Because you may think somebody else is, their life is so amazing, but you have no idea what they may deal with and what they may be going through. Shit always looks good. You know what I mean? Especially if you're in a bad mental state, a lot of situations and scenarios are going to look good to you. It's about doing work internally to make your situation as good as it can possibly be and to learn some gratitude and some appreciation that there's some people that didn't wake up this morning. It can always be worse, but you have to do the work to make it better. That's just how I feel about it. And that's straight up. I don't come here and talk shit and then I'm like throwing myself a pity party. When I am going through it, I limit what I share here because that's not my goal. It's not to bring you guys down. It's not. It's
Right.
not to come here
Right.
and make you guys sad.
And
I
I
handle it.
try, I think that something that is difficult is that you get to know creators, and I
Yeah.
try to be neutral, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, I have
Hard.
my favorites,
Oh, me
I do.
too.
I have my favorites, and the favorites that I have, I will actually chat,
I-
in their chat. And it's because, typically, because not just the creator, it's because I love who's in there. If I
Yes.
see somebody in the
Yes.
chat is all people who I know have gone real life
So
all the
nice.
time, or pretend to be something they're not, I don't want to chat in there. No, thank
No, or
you.
if the chat is so nasty that
Yeah.
people are just saying the most horrendous things. Like, there's a difference between being petty and shady, and sometimes you get angry because there's sometimes where I make angry comments, but that is not my personality. You know what I mean? That's
Never.
not my personality.
Nope.
And there's some chats that are just filled with, and I understand it because energy feeds off of energy. So if, and that's why I think it's important in chats for mods to regulate a chat because a chat could go off the rails by certain people bringing in that energy and then other people feed off that energy and it becomes this frenzied effect. That's why I think mods are so important. Mods
They
are one of
are.
the most important component of channels and they deserve respect because they do it for free. Even though my mods, I owe them like 3 years worth of money. But you know what I mean? You need to respect your moderators and realize that they don't have to do this for you. And it's work and it's amazing. And that's why my mods, I don't question my mods. If you're a mod for me, I trust you and I respect you. And I don't second guess their decisions. If they delete something, they block somebody, I respect that and that's it and that's all. You know what I mean? Now if they do it by accident, of course I'm like, I'm sorry. But if they do that, I stand behind their decisions and I always will. And that's just how it is on this channel. I'm not gonna have people come,
Right.
oh, your
Right.
mod blocked me and yada yada yada. They must have done it for a reason. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's
And
just
that was my advice to Coley. And I had messaged her, because I can see what she's trying to do with her channel, and then
Yeah.
people derailing it would be so annoying. And it's
Yes.
always the same people. So it's like, girl, just block them
Really
and
is.
keep going. Just keep going. Let your mods do their thing, and you keep going. You do your content. You're
And she doesn't want
always
an echo chamber. I understand that, but that's not an echo chamber. If people are continuously coming in and trying to misrepresent what you say and not even listen and just throw you off your game so that they can stop whatever conversation you're trying to have, they're not
right.
showing you any respect by doing that. Now, it's different to come in and state your opinion. If you disagree with Coley, that's different. But you don't like her. You know what I mean? You're coming
I
in to
mean,
antagonize her. Like, come on.
the
No,
perfect example is Bliss, Chris. Bliss, it doesn't matter. Like, Coley could sit up there, or we could sit up here and say what our opinion is, and it could be completely different than Bliss.
yeah,
And she's going to say, no, my
yep,
opinion is this, this, and this. And she'll do it in a respectful way. So that is proof alone that Bliss Chris is a mod for Coley, that it's not an echo chamber. Because
no,
Bliss Chris is not just going to delete people or block them because they have a different opinion. It's
no,
when they are only coming in to derail the conversation, which happens a lot.
yep,
We all see it with Coley. It's almost like, oh, she's live, we can go in there and mess with her. And it's
yes, yes.
ridiculous. And it's every single time.
And it
So
makes
that's
me
why I
so
messaged
sad and
her, and I'm
angry.
like, let your mods do their job so that way you can do yours.
A lot of times I'll watch her with the chat turned off. Like that's what I've had to resort to doing,
It's
sadly,
frustrating. It
because
really
it's
is.
frustrating. It's frustrating, and I enjoy Coley a lot. You know what I mean? She's funny as fuck. She's cool. But I have to close the chat a lot because I already know or I anticipate what's gonna happen. And Megs is that same kind of mod. Megs won't silence people. She lets people rock with their opinions, and only when it becomes a problem and people start showing their ass and are disrespectful, they're not going to tolerate that. And I think that that's important. But we don't want to silence people here. There's 4% of people, and I say that, loosely. The people that I've blocked myself, not including like trolls that came in with doxing names or disrespectful names or were just trolling, being racist, those people, they're not part of the 4%. They were blocked not for personal reasons. They were blocked for being assholes. But the people that I've blocked, that's very, very different. They weren't blocked for minor shit, for disagreeing with me. They were blocked for coming at me on a level that I was like, nah, we never have anything to talk about again in this life. You know what I mean? Those are perma block people. Those are people that I never ever want to talk to. And it's literally, I think, 4 people. Literally 4 people. Even people that I've disagreed with, that I've been beefing with for years, they're not blocked on my channel. It's 4 people that I just, nah, no, no. Because y'all want to keep coming and fucking with somebody. So I'm going to block y'all from coming over
Yeah,
here.
it's almost like if they're allowed, and I understand, where Coley's coming from. She's trying to find like some kind of happy medium or have them get
I
along with
mean,
her in some way. But what has to be realized, Coley, is it's never going to happen.
it's
You could
not,
be doing exactly what they want you to do, and it's never
it's never
going
going
to
to be enough.
happen. They're going to come at you no matter what. Block their asses and keep going. They should be insignificant.
Yep,
Who
yep,
cares? Who cares?
I
Your
agree.
opinion matters too.
Yep,
So just do your channel, do your thing, let your mods take care of them, let
yep,
Bliss decide, who is actually giving constructive criticism or asking a question because they genuinely want an answer and not just to be an asshole. Let her decide, let your mods decide, because they're not there to, I can tell you Bliss is amazing and she would never want to hurt your channel ever. Ever.
never. I'm sorry, I got some bangs going right here.
You got bangs? Yeah, you got to. Are those clip-ins? Are
I'm
those
sorry.
Amazon
I
clip-ins?
have a bun in my hand. I just
What the
looked at it and
fuck?
was like, what is this? It looks like I have a
What
comb over.
happened?
Oh, I'm doing it the wrong. It looks like I have a comb over. Bro, what?
that hair is like all on your foot. What the?
It's my hair. I have my hair in a bun, so it's like down like this. It looks like a comb over. Yo, I was looking at myself and I was like, girl, what the?
Oh my God. Do you remember when we were in Margaritaville and I thought the background, because it was like a tiki bar and it had like the palm or whatever, and it was the
Yeah,
exact color of my hair. And I'm like,
yeah.
why the hell does my hair look like that? And it was the fucking palm trees in the
Yo,
back.
that was hilarious, girl.
That
Oh, I
was
did
so
not.
funny. Oh my
That
God, I
was
can't
funny.
wait. I can't wait. I'm coming in
Soon.
July.
I
So
know
July,
a few
I'm
months. I
only
can't
coming
wait.
5 minutes from you. So I need to see you
I'm
because I
happy.
looked
We
it up.
gonna see each other. I don't give a fuck. We gonna make
Yeah,
it happen, girl. There's no
we're
way
gonna
you
have
can
fun.
come and we don't see each other. That's not a thing.
Hmm.
I haven't seen you in a long time. We had
I'll
so
be
much.
in Jersey City.
Yeah, that's literally like 5 minutes away from me. Literally.
Exactly. Yep. I'll be in Jersey City for a wedding. My cousin's getting married. So I'll be there for a
You gonna be
couple of
staying in
days
Jersey?
only. What?
Or are you staying in the city? Are you staying in Jersey or are you staying in the city?
No, Jersey. I'm staying in Jersey City.
Yay, I'm so
Yep.
excited.
I'm
Okay, good.
flying into Newark. So
That's
it's gonna be fun.
awesome. I can't wait. That's a few months, guys. I can't wait. I'm so
I
excited.
know. We're
Who's
gonna
this?
go live. We'll go live again.
Yes, we're
That'll
gonna go
be so
live again.
fun.
That helps me, guys, because I've been struggling, guys. I've been struggling. And this, like I said, I'm not asking for pity. That's not what I'm doing. This month is really, really hard. This month is really, really hard, which sucks.
Yeah. Hmm.
Because it's JJ's birthdays, just Jules' birthday on Tuesday. But my mom passed away this month, and it's my mom's birthday month, and it's Easter. So it's a lot. It's been a lot.
Hmm.
I'll be okay
My
once
father-in-law
Thanksgiving is over.
died. My father-in-law died on Easter a few years ago, and it was extremely difficult. It seems
Yeah.
like it's always the holidays, and
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
terrible. And please continue to pray for our Mims.
Yes.
Please.
We're keeping the prayers going for Mims. I see every day on Reddit they're posting prayers for Mims. Like I think that's just such a beautiful thing, man. I just love it. I've really been interacting a lot on Reddit lately, and I don't care. I'm not trying to hide who I am on Reddit. It's an anonymous platform where you get to share, but it's not like if I'm hiding who I am. I stand by everything I say on Reddit. I don't talk shit on my friends on Reddit. I don't I don't talk shit on people I support on Reddit either. What I say on Reddit, I will say here. Dead ass.
100%.
So
Right.
I'm not worried about that. I just keep it anonymous because that's an anonymous platform. But I don't like conceal who I am. I don't, I'm not on there like, yeah, because I got like two daughters and my daughters are babies. Like I don't lie about myself on Reddit to try to
Right.
conceal who I am. I don't do that shit because to me that's being deceptive.
It's weird.
If I add fake details about myself to try to conceal who I am, just don't share shit. That's it. But don't, when you embellish, to me, that's a lie. So I don't do that on Reddit either. And things that I've said months ago, my opinions may have changed now, but I don't talk about people I support. I don't do that. Honestly, I don't. And I'm
Right.
really just enjoying Reddit. I'm in a Jessica Kent Reddit as well, and I just really like seeing the support that Mims is getting and the prayers every day and the well wishes and
Yes, I would like to do a prayer before we leave for
yeah,
Mims.
I
So
think that
when
would be
you're
great.
ready, yeah, I would like to because I think it's important.
Yeah, I think and I did not forget, but it did slip my mind. I'm gonna do a community post and actually put just a prayer list, and of course I'm gonna put Mims and JFid and Danny and any names that you guys can think of that you want prayers for, you can just put them in the comments. I'm gonna do that as soon as I'm end my live before I even get up, and I think that would be a great thing. We just need more love. Like I said, stating your opinions about bull crap that you see is in a bash session. I think you guys have seen enough bash sessions to know what they look like. Um, and they typically consist of bitch, mother effer. That's a bash session.
Right.
Stating your opinion about fuckery that you see going on, to me, isn't a bash session. As you can see, we don't have anybody's names in the title. That's very different. When you're targeting and you're talking specifically about somebody, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a bash session either. I can't, like, my tongue is tied. But you have the right to your opinion. You have the right to state your opinion. And I think it's the way you do it. We're not coming here try to fight with people. I just think that when we started this, the things that Sophie said, even though she was directing it at Jen, it hit so many other people, so many SA survivors. It's gross. You were drunk, that's a you problem. No, that's not actually a Jen problem. That's an SA problem. And even though we know Jen lies, we don't believe that her children's father ever did that to her. That's not the point. What Sophie said wasn't okay. It wasn't okay. It was
Yeah.
triggering to a lot of women. It was triggering to a lot of women. And then her having John Yates as her mod. It's just all crazy. John Yates was in her chat, and it's just a lot. You can't say you stand for something when you stand for nothing. And
Yep.
then for you to tell people to DM you or email you if they need help with what medications they should be on. Again, anybody that's ever asked me, DM'd me that, all I've ever said is to consult a doctor. If you need help finding resources in your state, I will help you with that. But I will not tell somebody, well, if you have anxiety, take a Xanax, take a Valium. Like, that's crazy. Because if I told somebody, oh, just take a Xanax and get in the shower or in the bathtub, and something happened to them, I could go to jail. First of all, if the doctor sees a text message like, oh, she told her to take this pill, she took this pill, she passed away, I'm going to jail, and I'm not going to be able to live with myself. You have to be very careful what you say to people. You're not a doctor, you're not a pharmacist. Leave it to the professionals, please.
Yeah. I agree. But I've got to go because
Thank
my
you. I
husband
do.
wants to
Can we
watch
pray?
Creed 3.
Can we?
He like we can rent Creed 3 apparently on the I don't
That's
know, the
awesome. Yeah,
direct
yeah,
TV.
yeah.
Yeah, so we can so
Thank
he's
you,
wanting to
guys.
watch that. So he's peeking his little head in here after he gave me my vanilla milkshake.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's
I
nice.
want to go ahead and say a prayer
Yes.
for Mims. And anybody who prays, please say this with me. And if you don't, it's okay. Just think positive vibes, send them her way. There has been no change as of
Yes.
Friday, I believe. Was it Friday or last night that Terry Lynn came on and said that there was
Last night.
no change? And
Last night.
the way I look at no changes, thank God, it didn't go worse.
Yeah.
It didn't get
Yes.
worse. And we need to look at the glass half full and not half empty. So
I agree.
yeah. So anybody that
Beautiful,
does pray,
sisters. Yes.
especially, this is Holy Week, so please pray with me. I'm going to say this and then Cindy can go on, but I've got to go because I need to watch
Yeah.
this movie with my husband and pay
Okay.
attention to him a little bit. But
Yes.
so, okay. So please say this prayer with me. Bow your head, and if you don't pray, just a moment of silence or whatever, or think good thoughts.
Yes.
Okay. Um, Father God, I am asking you today here on Easter. There's a friend of ours, Teresa, aka Mims, who is not well right now. She's very sick. And I know that you are the only person with the power to heal our friend. And I beg you to please do so. There's very little that I ask of you when I pray, and usually I'm just praying for everyone else. And right now I'm praying for our friend Teresa, and I beg you, please. She has children, she has grandchildren. Spare her. Her time is not right now. Um, Let her come back, to be her messy Mims. We miss her, we love her, and please wrap your arms around her, and please wrap your loving and caring and compassionate arms around her family, who is so worried for her right now, and stand beside her friends who are scared and love her equally. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you, JJ.
Thank you.
And I thank you all for being here. Wait, just so I found how to make a sock account, but I don't like to be sneaky. So I will still be Joe, we know it's you, girl. Joe being paying for Mims and Joe being Joe. Like, girl, that's not a sock account, girl. That's just a secondary account, Joe.
Exactly. We know who you are, girl. We know.
The hell, Joe. We know it's you, girl. That is not a sock account. A sock is to hide. You are not hiding, girl. You're out in the open. We know who you are.
She's
I
so
love you
cute,
guys.
though.
And thank you
She's
for
so
that
cute.
prayer, JJ. And thank you guys for being here. We love you guys.
Of course.
Tomorrow is members only. So we will have our members only. And during the week, I'll be back. I do have a pre-recorded video scheduled. I will be dropping that. What the heck? I think I forgot. I think Tuesday is the 12th. Well, on the 12th, I got a live scheduled victimhood part 2 because I want Bliss Chris to come on and I think she said she
Oh,
could do it.
that's going to be amazing. When? Tuesday, you said?
The 12th, yes.
Okay.
So
So that's
we will.
Wednesday.
Oh, that's so then Wednesday. Okay, good, which is
Yay.
Wednesday. So
I love
we'll
it.
have members only tomorrow and Wednesday we'll be back to do, yes, members only live tomorrow. And we'll be back Wednesday on the 12th to do the second part of victim mentality. It will be an open panel. So anyone who wants to come up besides the 4% is welcome. There's literally 4 people that
No,
came.
wait. No, Bliss says I will be listening at work. Yep, back to work tomorrow. So you can't come on Wednesday, Bliss? Because we want to do that when you
No,
can
I think
come.
she means for the members only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I think she's
Ignore
talking
me.
about for the members only. Because I think she's off Wednesday. So
Okay,
yeah,
good.
yes. So everyone else is welcome to come up on panel and share your experiences and all that shit. Because I know we got a lot. Um, yeah, she can Wednesday. Yeah, girl,
Okay.
don't play with me because it was
Yay!
for Chloe. I mean, it was for yes. So
Good.
thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys had a great evening with us. Thank you. Um, just Jules and everybody in her chat and everybody here, you guys have really,
Right.
really helped me get through this. I haven't even spoken to my husband. I've been just so depressed, guys, that I've turned off my phones. I'll listen to lives, and I'm telling you, today I was in the chat, and it's because of you guys. I haven't even spoken to my husband in a few days. And it's not to not talk to him. I just been so depressed, guys.
It's your yeah, your mom passed, and it's the same with my husband. His dad passed actually on Easter, when we were there, and just a couple of years ago. So it's difficult. All the holidays are difficult, and I know you've been having a difficult time, and I just wanted to give you room to breathe, but you know how to get in
I
touch with me
know.
if you ever need to talk, because I'm
I know
here
I almost
always.
called you, but I was like,
You can call me anytime, you know that, and I'll be there
I
for
know.
you. And I don't mind it one bit. I would love to be there for my friends so they're not hurting
I know.
as much.
You know. And I so thank you guys. I appreciate you guys more than you know. And I'm only saying that to let you guys know how much I appreciate you guys. You guys uplift me. And if my husband is watching, I'm not trying not to talk to you. I'm sorry. Just been in a bad headspace. And he should know how I get. I isolate. I don't answer my phone for anybody when I'm in that state of mind. So in case he's watching, I just want him to know it's nothing against you. I love you. Um, and I'll call you. I'll call you tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I love you guys. I thank you guys. I don't want to cry. I'm gonna get off before I start crying. I love you guys, and I will see my members tomorrow, and I will see all of my beautiful subscribers on Wednesday. Thank you for the super chats, for the gifted memberships. You guys are amazing, and I
Wait,
love
wait,
you.
wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. Because it didn't go through yet. So wait 1 second.
Okay, Mama. What is going on with my phone?
Okay, because it didn't go. Hold
What
on.
did it go through?
Hold on. It's
Good night,
thinking.
everybody.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Oh, JJ, she gifted 5 memberships. I should allow members so I could steal a membership from my own channel. Imagine. No, I'm kidding, guys. So Lolly and Pops, that is so cool. Cara, Missy, Tessa, Jolly,
Yay! Our
me, and
Missy.
MD. That is a cool one too. So MD,
Yeah.
Lolly and Pops, Cara, Missy, Tessa, and my Jolly all got
Yeah.
members. Thank you, JJ. Thank you for gifting the memberships, and
You're welcome.
congratulations to all my members. And Heidi, I'm really glad to see you. I have missed you, and you made my day by coming in
Come
today. You don't know.
and come members tomorrow because the members only, that's some fun. That's when me and Cindy talk our shit the most.
Thank you, Coley. Thank you, Coley. And I love you. I love you guys. You guys are amazing, and I love you guys so much. Como siempre, te quiero, te adoro, all that, guys. I love you guys. And Manita, JJ, I love you so much.
Love
And
you.
I will see you tomorrow. Oh, and I'm also waiting for Shay's package to come. She got me a pallet, and Happy Being Me a pallet. As soon as it comes, I'm gonna be shipping it out to Happy Being Me. Just gotta hit her up, get her address. But I'm trying to figure out if me and JJ, how we gonna do that? Whatever. Anyway,
Yeah,
love you
we'll
guys.
figure it out. We'll
We'll
figure
keep
it
you
out.
posted. Okay. I love you all.
Mhm.
Happy Easter, guys. Enjoy the rest of
Happy
your evening.
Easter. Have an
And see you
amazing
guys
evening.
tomorrow. Yes. Enjoy your evening. JJ, enjoy your movie, mama.
I will. Love
Bye,
you.
guys. Love you too.
Bye, everybody.